All right, and we are live. Welcome everybody to the All-in-One Nerd Show. We have Illuminati with us today, as we do every stream.
Hello.
Illuminati, how's it going?
It's great. I'm recovering from tryptophan and turkey and cheese overload, all the good stuff from Thanksgiving.
Awesome. Let's see here. So we got some people in the chats. John's Comics with Kids, what's up? Looks like he's working in his garage. Awesome. We have James here. James, always a pleasure. Awesome. And we have Jake from the Brave and the Boys here. I'm going to add him in a second. We're going to talk all things Black Friday deals. Let me get that up from Organic Price Books. All righty.
What's up, guys? I thought he was gonna make me wait like an hour or something.
No, I want to do that to you. I want to do that to you, Jake. How you doing?
I'm doing good. This is like the first time I used to be in sales, so I've never not had a busy Black Friday before. So now that I work in marketing, every day leading up to Black Friday was busy, but I've had nothing to do today. Like I just read single issue comics, which is rare for me, but I've been reading comics today. It is a good day.
Yeah, that's awesome. What have you been reading?
So I'll show you what I picked up.
Awesome.
First, I read Black Canary Best of the Best by Tom King and Ryan Sook.
Nice.
This was super rad. Tom King loves to draw people fighting in a boxing ring. He loves to write people fighting in a boxing ring. And then I just finished Justice League Unlimited by Mark Waid and Dan Mora. So I feel like my time on World's Finest is done because now this feels like the next evolution. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Is he done? Mark Waid now? Is he done with World's Finest or no?
I know Dan Mora is not on it anymore. I don't know who the current writer is, but I know that I feel like they reached a good stopping point, and now that Dan Mora is not involved, I'm less interested. So maybe he's continuing. Someone in the chat, maybe they know. But I also picked up these 2 issues of Absolute Wonder Woman, which I want to catch up on because Kelly Thompson is a treasure. And just look at that sword, dude. That's like a cloud sword.
The sword is awesome.
And then the last 2 are right over here. I got the new Nightwing by Dan Waters and All Along the Watchtower, the new Renee Montoya question stuff by is it Alex Sinclair? That guy always does fedora detectives. Like he did Dick Tracy, who wears a yellow fedora, and then he did Green Hornet, who wears a green fedora, and now he's hitting up the question, who's got a blue fedora. So
what's your verdict on Justice League Unlimited? I'm hearing good stuff. So
honestly, like I didn't grow up reading comics like some people did. I didn't read comics till I was a lot older. My introduction to the DC world was the animated cartoon. So just them naming a comic after one of my all-time favorite TV shows like had a high bar. But like it's Mark Waid and Dan Mora. Like how can they do anything wrong? You know?
Yeah.
So I thought it was great.
Cool.
I just loved how there was like such synergy because the league is like everybody now, and it was like characters big and small working together. So like they were so fluid and like had such synergy. So I thought it was a lot of fun. And Dan Mora just draws everything perfect.
I gotta pick up a copy.
He does. I love Dan Mora.
Ooh, I baited you into a single issue. There we go.
I wanted to pick up all Absolute, but I mean, I just need to pick up more now. I don't know. I'm stupid. I need to.
No, don't say that.
Hey, one put down is 2 put ups. Say 2 nice things about yourself.
Yeah.
Awkward silence. Okay. Yeah. I rarely buy single issues, but like I'm trying to get more creator interviews with DC that are like current. So I'm trying to be a little more relevant.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I went in just for Tom King's Black Canary. And of course I walked out with like $40 worth of comics. So that's how they get you, right?
Isn't it so crazy how like collected editions, like even though it's obviously a lot that you put down, you're kind of saving money because single issues, like I walked out the 2 times I went in to get single issues, I walked out spending $70.
But is that the single issues? You probably didn't even get that many comics though.
No, I didn't.
And if someone were to sit in front of you and say, would you rather have this $70 Omni or these 5 random assorted single issues? You probably would have chose the Omni in a heartbeat, but
Oh yeah.
it's because it's death by 1,000 cuts. So it's like, let me get 6 $7 purchase or $4 purchases as opposed to one. It's psychology. They get you,
Hurts.
but they also should be in business. So you're doing a good thing. You're a hero.
Yeah, sure.
Jake, so what are you picking up for Black Friday this year?
Honestly, I just bought this shirt from Roosevelt. They're really expensive shirts. They're like $60, and this shirt was $20. They sold out of the Superman shirt I wanted. I sent it to my friends and was like, should I buy this? And they said yes. And then I went back and it was sold out. But Roosevelt's make my favorite nerd shirts. Other than that, I mean, there's all kinds of things on OPB's Black Friday sale. Have you guys been perusing? Have you guys bought anything?
Not yet.
I have not bought anything.
Yeah.
Oh, well then I got to bait you guys into it. What are your maybes?
Let's see here. I have the website up. Let me share my screen.
I have a lot of maybes. We'd be here all
Okay. What are your maybe more than maybes? Is that a thing? Is that a category? Maybe more than maybes?
I mean, they're not really maybes. It's just when am I going to get them? I know I'm going to get them.
True.
I just don't know when. But
not
Scott
a matter
Snyder,
of if,
Batman.
but when. You don't have
Scott
that yet?
Snyder Batman's one for sure. I need to get that.
All right, let's see. 100 bullets. It's always one I've wanted.
Can we sort by most popular? Let's see what people have been buying.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So see where the top on the right side above 100 bullets, volume 2. Scroll up, and then you should see sort by ascending. There should be sort by. Is there popular or best selling?
Best selling right here.
Ooh.
JSA. Okay.
Okay, who's buying that many copies of Superman Golden Age Volume 7?
I was thinking the same thing.
Sorry, if anyone here is interested, yes, it's an amazing. It's the height of the goal. I don't know. I can't even sell it with a straight face, dude. Like who's 6 volumes into Golden Age Superman, and you're like, guess I need volume 7.
Yeah,
Omni Dog, I guess.
Dude, he doesn't. He sold off all his Golden Age and Silver. A lot. I mean, he's doing some Silver Age, but he sold off a lot of his Golden Age stuff. I think he sold off his Silver Age Marvel.
Oh wow.
Batman.
Let's see what else we got. Creepshow. Creepshow is one I've always been interested in. I've never read it though, but it looks like such a cool concept, and I love horror, so I think this is something I'd really dig.
That's based on the movie series, right? There's the R.L. Stein or the Stephen King Creepshow movie. I just watched it for the first time. Let me see. Oh, I think I'm thinking of Tales from the Crypt. No, hold on. Stephen King.
I think you're thinking of Tales from the Crypt. Yeah.
Horror movie, 80s. Yeah, it's called Creepshow. It's the Stephen King movie from the 80s. That's what it's based on. It's like an homage to Tales of the Crypt. I just watched it for the first time. Creepshow, the 1982 American horror comedy. So it's done as like a video homage to Tales from the Crypt, and now I guess there's a comic based on the old movie.
And that's published by DC?
I think let's zoom in. Is it Image or it's one of the, I thought it was one of the more indie ones, but maybe if it's DC, I'm a bad fan. Let me go.
Let's see.
Oh.
I don't know. I can't.
Creepshow Book 1, Deluxe Edition.
By Image. Right here.
There we go.
By Image, yeah.
And it's on back order, which, how's that work, Jake?
Yeah.
Since you're the customer service rep.
So here's what I'll tell people, because a lot of people will see something on back order, and Amazon has ruined us to where if you don't get something shipped out in 2 days, you feel like it's never coming. You know what I mean? But some of the retailers, and I'll do this without, disparaging anybody, but some of them don't tell you what's in stock and what's not in stock. So a regular warehouse will buy all the new releases for the week, usually based off of pre-orders. And because warehouse space is limited, they usually don't stock everything that you see on a website. So traditionally, if you buy a back-ordered book, it takes 1 to 2 weeks at the most to have it get to the warehouse and then ship to you, which is how IST does it, Cheap Graphic Novels does it. But right now, shipments, because it's the holiday season, are taking about 3, maybe 4 weeks. But you will get your book, and it is on a crazy sale. The difference is Cheap Graphic Novels and OPB tell you what's on back order. IST, you're rolling the dice. You know, that's the one downside of that website is they don't tell you. You never know. Like if you ever bought a new release and then thrown on one older book, and you're like, why does my thing not come for like a month? You know, it's because they just don't tell you what's in stock or not. I think I like that Creepshow cover better.
Intro.
You see that is that the standard cover where they're like holding a comic of the comic of the comic. Also, I don't. Is that Mighty? That's got to be a parody of Mighty Mouse.
That's cool.
What is it?
Scroll down to that little mouse. There we go. Look at that. That looks like a little Mighty Mouse right there.
This is one I definitely want.
I need to get on it. There's so many I gotta pick up still.
I heard good things from OmniDog and
didn't the author
on Birthright. He it's like a kid that gets transformed to like a He-Man world, and then he comes back changed and transformed like Jumanji status.
Yep. Yeah, I have that. I need to read it though.
So what's one of your biggest maybes right now? What's something that you're considering but you're not sure?
How many?
I think that's the first deluxe they have of Birthright.
Definitely
right now.
Birthright. It's been on my list forever. It is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many issues there are in Birthright.
I think Day from Omni Nation said there's going to be two hardcovers.
I feel like there's at least so 50. So I think I collected. Oh my gosh, we're here. Collected 1 through 25, so there should be 2.
Yeah.
Sweet. Have you haven't read this, Jake? Have you?
No, I haven't. I'm like a mainstream DC writer, but this art looks sick. Like, and this looks like it'd be something up my, it looks like it'd be up my alley. But knowing me, I'd buy it, and then I'd say I wouldn't read it until Volume 2 came out, and then by the time Volume 2 came out, I would have forgotten all about it. You know, so.
And that's Joshua Williamson, I was gonna say.
I mean, he is kind of like one of the architects of DC, or he has been for a little bit.
All right, let's see what else.
And the JSA by Jeff Johns is a steal.
Oh yeah.
This one seems cool. Hi, Paprika.
That's borderline porno, though.
You're bold showing that, bro. A slight breeze is going to get you demonetized.
We do.
Okay.
Let's see.
That Fatale. Okay. I'm so sad. I missed I didn't know about Brubaker back in the day. Like I wish. Like I love how Skybound does the hardcover compendiums. I'm cool with the compendium, but I prefer them to be hardcover. So if there was like a hardcover Fatale, I'd buy it in a heartbeat.
There isn't.
Oh, it just has been out of print. Like
okay.
That's the only currently in print Fatale.
I was gonna say, I swear I've seen one time.
Sometimes, yeah, and I think with the Image, you never know when a creator-owned thing is gonna get back in print in the format that you want it in, because it's less of a corporate mandate. Yeah, John's Comics with Kids, you do. Black Canary is awesome. There is a gut punch twist at the end of the first issue that you do not want to get spoiled for you. So definitely get the Black Canary, read it before the twist is spoiled for you.
Cool. I read
Labruski showing off all the dirty covers. Or you know what? It's not him. It's the sickos who shop at OPB buying all the. Like I had to scrap. I attempted to do an overview video for Scalped Volume 1 by Jason Aaron, and I was like, can't show that page. Can't show. I couldn't show a single page in the whole book, basically.
I liked Jordan's overview.
How is that? Is that good?
Punisher Max.
Which one? Oh yeah, George. Did you watched it all 4 minutes of it because I had to cut
Yeah.
half because it made me annoyed because Jordan was just like, well, can't show that. Jake, you'll have to cut that. And I'm like, don't tell me what to do while I'm editing. I'm my own man. But that was
No, it's
definitely
funny.
a short video.
Oh, I hate Fairyland.
Yeah, Patel. I read the first trade of this recently. I really dug it. So I don't know. I do kind of want the hardcover. So I don't know if I'll get this, but this is a good series. I mean, the artwork's great by Scotty Young.
Really good. Yeah.
Let's see. John's Comics with Kids. Skelped is great, but Jason Aaron is always a good pick. Yeah, that's what I hear. I think I've really only read part of his Thor run, but I did enjoy that. And I don't know. I don't think I've read anything else by him. Let's see. We got some Marvel Masterworks.
Who buys those? I mean,
I don't
Peter
know.
Tomasi does. Peter Tomasi showed me his bookshelf and he said, hey, look, it's every Marvel masterwork ever made. And it was just like glorious. But I was like, other than that, who's spending $70 on a standard size hardcover?
And how much do those collect?
I mean, they're better priced at 37, but so the thing is, what you're paying for a Marvel Masterwork is that's where they do all the digital restoration and the scanning of the books. So you're paying a premium for them, and then they take those files and make the omnis afterwards. But I don't think they're much. I mean, how many issues is that? Like 10, 5? What is it?
It looks like
6,
7.
7. Yeah.
7.
That's crazy.
7. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who these are really for, but they keep making them, so they got to do okay, I guess. Moon Knight by Jed McKay.
Great.
I've not read
Very
this.
good.
Have any of you guys read this one?
I've read majority
Yeah,
of that.
I think
not
I'll-
all of them.
I think I'll read this one digitally.
I've only
What's
read
that?
one Moon Knight book in my whole life, and it was phenomenal. But there's just so many, I don't know where to go, where to start.
Which Moon Knight
Like,
book?
I read the Warren Ellis and Declan Shalvey trade of Moon Knight, which was phenomenal.
Okay.
I can't believe it's never gotten the oversized treatment. It was just so phenomenal. And other than that, I have never
I've
read
only-
any.
I've read the Jeff Lemire run, which was really good. Well, not as full, just the trade paperback. That was really good.
Dude, that Dracula is
Little
12
Monsters.
bucks. I spent like
see.
$30 on that Dracula in
Yeah.
person because I got FOMO, and it's $12.50. That is such a killer deal. The art is wild, and I promised myself I would read
James
it for
Tiny
Halloween.
Onion.
Yep.
You
and they
can't go
never
wrong
did.
with James Tiny Onion. That's cool. Are they doing like a monsters line of just
Yeah,
like all the
So there's
Universal
Dracula by
monsters?
this.
Yeah.
There's Creature from the Black Lagoon done by Dan Waters, who's doing the current Nightwing run. So they're doing
Okay.
like a whole there's like the really probably hoity-toity pretentious ones from Mitch's company, and then Image is doing like kind of a little more for the masses.
Okay.
And that Dracula art, dude, it's phenomenal.
Little Monsters. Have any of you guys read this? This is pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I got it,
uh,
and then I gave it to Jordan because I flipped through it and was like, I'm never gonna read this. This looks like a Jordan book, and I gave it to him.
Oh my god.
I enjoyed it. I read it right before Halloween this year, and it
Is-
was a fun read. Yeah.
Is Illuminati roasting me for being honest?
Ooh, Esther.
No, it's just crazy you could do that on a flip. The read is what really determines it.
Okay, but I get to read maybe an hour a week of personal, non-ever gonna be content comics. You know what I mean? Most of my time, I'm just trying to keep up, and I'm treading water to stay afloat with the new releases. So I was just am I ever gonna make a video on Little Monsters? Am I ever gonna And I was like, I could read it for fun, and I was like, yeah, but I don't have time, and I just gave it to Jordan.
It's a pretty quick read.
It is.
Okay, I'll ask for it back.
I know.
You
Come on,
convinced me. I'll buy it right now.
Jake,
That is true.
have
You
a-
guys kind of
you
do
have a Chronix
share
YouTube
books
channel,
sometimes,
dude.
Yeah, me and Jordan share everything. We're pretty fluid friends. Collection wise, we trade.
You got to be careful with it. Hack and Slash by Tim Seeley. Any of you guys read this? This is one that I definitely wanted to collect. I just haven't got around to reading it, so I don't know if it's really any good.
She looks like I would have been in love with her in high school, and she would have ruined my life. Like I would have.
I think I'm in love with her now. Honestly,
I know. Like, I think the most down bad I ever was for a girl in high school was I knew she liked the Smiths because I saw her wear a Smiths sweater, and I don't even like the Smiths. And I went to a record shop and I spent my whole like month's allowance on a Smiths record just to post it on Instagram, hoping she would see and think we had some sort of connection. And she didn't even like it.
Oh,
So I would do that. I would like buy a pocket knife or something and take a picture on my Instagram for this Hack and Slash girl, and she wouldn't like the photo.
oh, my gosh. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my god.
But
Well, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that.
She might like
after-
me. Give me a shot. Support me.
I got nothing to say.
You shot your shot, I guess. Kind of.
Yeah, Astro Shitty. Speaking of shooting my shots, I was DMing. Sounds like such a humble brag. I was DMing Kurt Busiek yesterday on Blue Sky, and he can't do interviews because he suffers from debilitating migraines now. But he said if he ever gets better, he'll do my show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, not
awesome.
awesome
Well,
that he has debilitating.
I was about to
migraines.
say not awesome that he has migraines, but if he gets better, he'll do your show.
Yeah.
And the omnibus too. I saw you had a back and
so
forth.
they're
about it.
so I've never read Astro City, but it's supposed to be phenomenal. And about a year ago, they solicited the Opus edition, which is going to be like all of Astro City in a giant omnibus. And I pre-ordered it from Target because I had a gift card. My wife got a gift card for Christmas, and I stole it because I'm a bad husband. And I pre-ordered it, but they pushed the book back and back and back and back, and finally Target canceled my pre-order because it got pushed back so many times, and I had to like call a human to get my gift card refunded. But
Ugh.
no one knows if that book's coming. It's been indefinitely delayed. It's no longer showing up in solicits, and
Yeah.
Kurt Busiek has migraines, so he can't be a squeaky wheel. But we're all hoping that the migraines get better and the omnibus comes out.
I hope so. That's I got the first one of these of the Metro books for Christmas last year, and I saw the omnibus was coming out. So I said I'm just going to return it and wait for the omnibus, but that has yet to.
That's why the universe isn't letting it come out. They're teaching you a lesson, LaBruce.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But anyhow, yes, whenever that does come out, I will absolutely read that. That looks great.
Also, you guys can show
Uncanny
competitors stuff.
X-Force.
I'm not like if you want to show other people, do show everybody. But yeah, OPB is the best. We can all agree. But yeah, you can show the other guys.
We are going to go down a list of some other deals of what and whatnot, but we were going to start with OPB.
I will say one of my favorite deals right now is you can get all 3 Criminal Deluxe editions, which used to be out of print for a really long time, for $25 a pop. So
really good.
$75 for all of Criminal, except for the one deluxe that's out of print. That's Cruel Summer, which is like the prequel where they're kids.
Where is
other than that? Cruel Summer is the most recent one they did, I think, in the Criminal world. But I don't have. Oh, I do have it, but I read that first before I knew what Criminal was, and then I realized I read like the 7th volume in a set, so I had to go back and read all of
it. With Criminal, it doesn't really matter though, since
True, it jumps around.
Anthology. But I think it does help a little bit if you do read it in order, just because there's callbacks and whatnot. But you don't have to. Where's that deal though for the 20? Is it on
search? Yeah, it should be on here. Just search Criminal Deluxe, and they're like $25 a pop.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite series ever.
They're turning that into a TV show here shortly, right?
A TV series on Amazon Prime starring Charlie Hunnam. Oh, Fifth of Jack! I got him to buy the Criminals. I baited him into it.
Let's see, Fifth of Jack. How are you? Have you read it yet? Fifth of Jack.
I read all of it. Yeah.
And then we got Alex here. Alex, what's up? Glad to have you. And we hope you had a good Thanksgiving as well.
Swap places with me and Tyler, because whenever you highlight a comment, it covers my face and my new T-shirt.
I see you want me to submit.
Just kidding.
I don't know.
I never realized whenever Omar does a stream, he puts himself at the bottom, and that's because he's cool covering himself. He wants to be a gracious host.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I'll do that. Maybe.
He's gonna highlight a comment and then never take it down the rest of the show. I'll have to be like, there we go. Look at that. I'm getting Mike Wazowski'd.
Jake's here. Jake's here.
I'm good. No. I've not
Deadly
read
Class,
Reckless.
I heard is good. I bought all of them and then never read any of them. But I know that was one that's supposed to be good.
Reckless?
No, Deadly Class. Tyler, you're the big Rick Remender fan, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Deadly Class is bomb. Great.
Yeah. I read the entire series last year around this time, and yeah, it's a fun read. I really enjoyed it.
Wait, does that one compendium cover all 4 of the deluxe editions?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah.
You get all of it, $30. That's crazy.
That is
they
a
put
steal
everything
right there.
in the compendiums. It's crazy.
It is nuts. Yeah, that's a really good deal right there. If you want to check out Deadly Class, which you should. I would say it's. I don't know. What do you think, Tyler? Is it one of Remender's best series? Definitely. Is it the best though?
I wouldn't say it's the best, but yeah, it's up there. I mean, it's definitely one of the most beloved for sure.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think it's his best, but
and I think this came out with a show on Sci-Fi as well.
Yeah, it got canceled after.
But it got canceled. But I heard it was actually okay, so I don't know.
I think it may have came out during the COVID era. I don't know, but I don't know why it wasn't well received. I really
I'm
don't know.
not too sure. Let's see.
Is World War Hulk good? Because I remember I read Planet Hulk and loved it. I binged it in like a day, and then World War Hulk was on the reprint list, and I was like, I'm gonna get it. And then I heard that like only the main storyline was good and the spin-offs were whatever. So I never pulled the trigger on it.
I love all the tie-ins for World War Hulk.
Okay.
I think the main storyline's good. The drawback is John Romita Jr.'s art. I don't know if you like his art. It's very hit or miss for most people. But I
think it used to be better, and now I feel like he's kind of a jobber.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
That's a hot take, but I'm sorry.
It's not,
John Romita Jr., if you ever want to come on my show, I love your art.
I like him as a guy. I follow him on all of his social medias. He's like the coolest dude ever. But I mean, it just comes down to personal taste. That's all it is. It's nothing personal.
Yeah, I'm opposite. I actually I'm not talking about his art. I don't like. I'm talking about just his personality. Just kidding.
You DMing him on the side though?
No, he doesn't.
I wonder why.
Open. He doesn't have his DMs open.
You may
maybe
not
that's bad. This book seems pretty cool. Lifehouse. I don't know anything about it, but I just really love this cover.
I see slipcase and it's already pre-ordered.
I was gonna say
I don't even know what it is.
I love a good slipcase. It's
kind of trippy.
It looks like Jake that used to do hallucinogens in high school would have loved it. Like staring at that Smiths album that no one liked on Instagram. That's what it looked like.
Did you used to drop acid and listen to the Smiths in high school, Jake?
I didn't even have a record player. I don't know why I bought the record. I just wanted to think I had a record player.
He just stared at the record.
That's too funny. We got
Those
some
Rick Remender
more.
Fear Agents are good though. That's a good deal.
Yes.
I remember last year they came out around this time, or the reprint did, and dude, I almost pulled the trigger.
They reprinted so many of his books, right? Like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
There was just like 10 Rick Remender deluxe editions, and I was like, oh, I hear he's great. I'll buy all of them. And then I think the only one I didn't get was Black Science. That was the one I missed.
Ooh. Black Science.
Yeah, he moved over to Image. That's why he was locked up at Dark Horse, and then now he took his whole library to Image.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. this book seems kind of cool. In which, Tyler, you have the hardcover of this, right?
Yep.
Is it good?
Is it? Yeah, compare it to 8 Billion Genies because I loved
Ooh.
8 Billion Genies.
Definitely not 8 billion genies.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say there's no way, but
Yeah, no. It's if you like like wizard magic stuff like that. I mean, I think you'll like it. It was a little over the top for me. I only read like 2-3 issues, but it didn't seem exactly my cup of tea. But if you like magic, you'll like it, I think.
interesting. We got Wonder Woman: The Golden Age. Anyone picking this up?
No.
I didn't like Grant Morrison's Wonder Woman on Earth 1, which was supposed to be like an homage to the Golden Age Wonder Woman. So I don't think I'd like the real thing either.
Probably not.
But if it's your cup of tea, that's rad, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
No golden age or silver age for me. I
let's
can't do it.
I bought Silver Age Superman and I've read an issue or two. Okay, Last Night on Earth is rad, which is so cool that they put it in volume 2 of Snyder's Batman. So you can get an oversized.
Yeah.
But I would love an absolute of Last Night on Earth.
I bet there will be one.
So cool.
I bet there will be one. Maybe they'll because the way it's collected in Omni, it's at the end of the omnibus too. So maybe it'll be at the they'll do it after they do all the Snyder's run in absolute format.
I don't need all of it in absolute though. Like I like 0 Year. Maybe give me Endgame and Last Night on Earth, but I don't need like Jim Gordon Robo Batman in absolute format. Like,
no.
So people are like, give me the whole run. And I'm like, that's not absolutes aren't meant to be a whole run. They're meant to be the highlights.
Yeah. No, I agree completely. I think honestly, with the 2 that we got, like I think that would be good for me. But I don't know.
Endgame is a lot of fun. I think Endgame would be pretty cool in absolute.
Yeah. So give me Endgame and Last Night on Earth. That's all I'm asking for. But at the end of the day, I had Court of Owls. It was my very first absolute. I've had it until Death of the Family came out a couple weeks ago. That's how long it's been orphaned. Almost as long as Batman.
Ooh, City of Bane.
Ooh, Tom King. When is the omnibus for Tom King's run coming out?
Well, speaking of that, you know what releases on Tuesday? What everyone's been clamoring for? The complete collection, volume 1, the thickie of Tom King's Batman run. So instead of giving us an omnibus, they're giving us a thickie, which
makes no sense.
I pre-ordered it, but I don't know why. Just because I'm a Tom King stan. You know?
I guess so. So are we never going to get an omnibus of this? You think?
No, it was just here's the thing. Everyone hates the current Batman run. You know what I mean? Like, Tyler, you've been reading comics longer than me. People probably there were times when they hated Scott Snyder's Batman run and times when they hated Morrison's Batman run. But after a few years, then everybody goes back and goes, oh, I love that run. Give me an omnibus.
Yep.
So I'm sure they'll milk it in every format that they can.
It's the same thing with Spider-Man for Marvel. Like Spider-Man comes out, everybody's like, oh, this is the worst thing since Todd McFarlane adjectiveless Spider-Man, and then the next one comes out and they go, oh, it wasn't that bad. I kind of liked it.
How long is it going to take before people like Paul? Before Paul's like people are going to conventions dressed as Paul? That's not going to happen, is it? Right?
No. Oh, I want that Kyle Rayner compendium. That's a good purchase there.
Should I ship it to you?
I really hate his face mask.
I hate that they spelled compendium. I hate that they spelled compendium wrong on this book. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. How do you hate Kyle Rayner's face mask? That's the most important part about the character.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the 90s flair, baby.
His cool mask,
I was
the
gonna
fact
say
that he's an artist, and that he has a well-stocked fridge.
I don't know. I don't think it's for me.
That got a laugh out of Tyler though. That fridge joke.
That's dark.
What? Okay, what's the joke? I don't.
So, have you heard of the term fridging a character? Because they literally coined a term for what happened to Kyle Rayner as like a cheap sexist thing that some male comic writers or male writers do. But essentially, to raise the stakes for a male character, they'll brutally murder the love interest to like raise the stakes, you know. And
Okay.
there's a famous issue where Kyle Rayner opens up his fridge and his girl, was it she beheaded in his fridge, or like what, she was stuffed into his fridge
Just
dead.
stuffed in his fridge. Yeah.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Yeah, that was a real dark joke when I said he has a well-stocked fridge.
And there's also, it also needs to have like not much lead up to it either. Like it
Yeah,
just
out of
needs to
nowhere.
happen.
It's yeah.
All right, let's see. Green Lantern, Silver Age, Batman Eternal. I don't really know anything about this one, honestly.
That's a good lesson for me. What I'll tell people is that for the longest time, Batman Eternal was the one modern out of print Batman omnibus I didn't own. And it was going for like stupid money on eBay, like $300. And I used to just like refresh eBay over and over again and I came so close to spending hundreds of dollars on that omnibus. And then I didn't, it got reprinted. I bought it and I haven't ever opened it. It's still in its plastic probably. So like, don't pay out of print for books, you know, because they come back.
Yeah, definitely not.
It's not great. It's kind of like a 52 where like a brain trust of creators kind of came together. I think it's like Scott Snyder and James Tynion.
Yeah.
They were doing a weekly series on Batman pretty much, which it's really not that great. It's
And there's a Batman and Robin Eternal too, right?
yeah, that's the follow up to it post Endgame. After what
I think
happens to Batman
I'll
Endgame.
skip it then.
Yeah.
Is that the one where Clue Master is the bad guy?
Batman and Robin Eternal or Batman?
One
Eternal?
is Batman. Is one of them the one where Clue Master is the bad guy?
The main thing I remember from Batman Eternal is a daughter of a specific villain that gets introduced. But
yeah. Spoiler: Clue Master's daughter, right? I thought it was spoiler. Okay, maybe I'm okay. What's her name? Okay, whatever. Moving on. I don't want to spoil this.
Yeah.
All right.
That comic's directed at Labruski trying to sell him the one omnibus Fit the Jack has been trying to get for years and years and years above cover or whatever for cover.
What am I? I don't think I'm paying. Yeah. Wait. What?
What were you gonna sell him the Captain America for?
I think I am $100.
Okay. That's my most hyped up book of the year right there. I got to change that release date. Mr. Miracle Absolute. Oh my god, I'm so excited for that.
Dude. Yeah, I am super excited for that. That's a good deal.
Sorry, that's the deluxe edition.
25. That's a good deal.
I may only get that. My deluxe edition's damaged.
You're not gonna just wait for the Absolute?
No, I don't do absolutes.
Has anyone
but you were on the Absolute Evergreen stream. Why were you there?
I asked Omar the same thing. He said I could go on. I said, okay, I guess.
Oh my goodness. Has anyone read this one? I've not read it.
I hate that book. I hate that book
really
so much. You have to read the script like 4 times while flipping back through the book to try to understand what's going on. Like it's a simple concept. It's Batman walking through Arkham Asylum and where the inmates are running the show.
Yeah.
But like everything is like subtext and psychological. Like
I would hate it, probably.
Batman gets sexually assaulted by the Joker, like pinching his butt. Like, and then you have to read Grant Morrison's like 30 pages of the script about why Joker did that. And it's just, I hate that. I hate it. The art's so scary.
Yeah, if you pop a psychedelic and read that, it probably makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe I should have read that book in high school then while looking at the Smiths record.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Those Animal Mans
right,
are great though. If you don't have the omnibus. I love that Animal Man run.
That's a run that I have been meaning to pick up forever. I will eventually get it, but I might get gotten around to it.
Who's picking up Detective Chimp? Come on now. Go for it.
I've never been a fan of Detective Chimp, like the concept.
I don't get it.
I've never read it, so I don't know. Ex Machina. Anyone have read this? I've read a good chunk of it. I didn't love it. Like, I don't know. Not crazy
Yeah.
about it.
Very slow, very political, very
It was super slow. Yeah.
yeah, it's a very slow burn. It's like
Yeah.
a candle that you keep lighting and blowing out.
I don't know. I will maybe revisit it eventually, but want to make like I'm super bored or something. Like it was nothing crazy, I guess.
Superman Unchained solid there too.
The deluxe, maybe this will get an absolute eventually. That'd be cool.
That needs one.
Jim Lee. I mean, for
Jim Lee
sure.
has enough absolutes.
No, that's slander. He can
Dude,
never
if
have
they
enough.
made if they made an absolute for tomorrow, then Unchained definitely deserves an absolute.
Yeah. I
You guys
like
know
Unchained though. Unchained's good.
You guys know that story about DC where they thought that putting a gorilla on a cover would help sell comics? So there was always gorillas on old
Yep.
covers.
No, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Let's see. Hush Saga Omnibus. That's one I do want to pick up eventually. But I own the absolute of Hush. So
Can I talk you out of it?
Yeah.
Talk
Don't
me
buy
out
the
of it,
Hush Saga Omnibus. Instead, buy the Paul Dini Omnibus because
Yep.
all the good stories are in
Ooh.
there. The only good thing in the Hush Saga Omnibus is Hush, but you own the absolute. So I literally
So
I read all of the Paul Dini Omnibus. It's literally my pick for one of the best omnis. I think it's my pick for the best omni I read this year. And I tried to get through the Hush Saga Omnibus and I couldn't get through it. It was like
Really?
watching paint dry. All the
Yeah.
good Hush stories are written by Paul Dini. And I need to get through it. I need to make that video on why you should buy the Paul Dini Omnibus over the Hush Omnibus. But yeah, the Paul Dini Omnibus Paul Dini is one of the best writers ever. So if you liked the Arkham video games, not the third one, but the first two, and if you liked Justice League Unlimited, Batman the Animated Series, Paul Dini is one of the best DC writers of all time. And like, it's so good, dude.
Yeah. I bought the Hush Saga. I think I did an overview on it and then I
I'll
traded
do,
with somebody.
You traded it?
Yeah.
I heard this was mediocre and I don't have it, but it was out of print for so long, so I want it.
I bought it.
It's thick. It's thick.
It is thick. Yeah.
Did you say you own it, Tyler?
Yeah, I picked it up.
Have you read it or no?
For Batman by
No.
Paul Dini. That one's so good, dude.
Yeah, that's
There
definitely.
we go, Alex. Me and Alex were talking about Paul Dini on Blue Sky. Yeah, right there. That
Okay.
omnibus is so good. It's a collection of like short stories, so it feels like you're watching lost episodes of Batman the Animated Series, but then it tells
That's cool.
overarching stories. It has the Hush sequels, so it'll be a good follow-up to your absolute. And it's like some of the best Zatanna's stories I've ever written, some awesome Joker stories. Like they make Scarface an interesting villain. Like Paul
Yeah.
Dini is just so good at
Oh, it's
writing
sick.
characters in their truest essence.
That's awesome.
No-
Yeah, this is one I've been meaning to pick up for a while too. Honestly, I just I don't know. I haven't gotten around to it.
And that content's
but-
before Morrison's run, right?
Yes. So my books aren't in the right. Oh no, it's right after I put it right after the Hush Omnibus, but before the Morrison Omnis. That's where I put it on my shelf.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I had mine.
So I honestly, out of
Alright,
all the
let's
in-print
see.
Batman Omnis, that besides like Snyder or Morrison, I feel like Batman by Paul Dini is the most essential.
What about
No Man's
the
Land.
James Tiny Onion Omni? That's what
His-
is it? Batman, and the. what
I
is
like
it?
his Bat Family
I
stuff
own it.
and Rise and Fall of the Batman.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest, his solo Batman run was okay. And as much as I love Tinian, I felt like he tried too hard to shoe in self-created characters. And like he really propped up Ghost Machine. He really
Mhm.
propped up Harley Quinn too. And like I never found those characters that interesting. Like Ghost Machine literally looks like someone was like, "Oh, I like Batman. I like Moon Knight. What if I combine them?" You know, like
Yeah.
so his upcoming Batman run, of course I'll get it, but like I his Rise and Fall of the Batman is one of the best.
But Ghostmaker faced he was in he's like one of the main characters of the most recent Batman Incorporated, right? Or no?
Yeah, I think he did go and join that team afterwards. So he got introduced in his Batman run.
And then Punchline.
Yeah. Oh, is that Harley Quinn too?
Yeah. Same character.
Yeah, Harley Quinn too. Punchline is another character that would
This book
ruin my life in high school.
I love Joker War, Alex. That was awesome.
I'm sad that the solicit originally. So there's an arc in his solo Batman run called Joker War, and originally the solicit was gonna contain all the tie-ins for it, and then they announced that they're not in it. So it's a little bit of a bummer, but I like the Nightwing tie-in where Joker was making fun of how bad Nightwing was as a comic at that time. He's calling him like Ricky Boy because of the Rick Grayson stuff. So that was fun.
Let's see. We got a lot more Batman here. This is like all Batman. Am I in like a Batman section?
Hey, that Batman One Bad Day box set is so good.
And that Neil Gaiman deluxe is good too.
I need that, and I have never gotten it. And by the time I do get it, it'll be out of print, and I'll kick myself. But I need that.
Super slept on.
That's like Batman's funeral, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's I don't know, Batman highbrow to the levels he was with like Grant Morrison, but it's just Neil Gaiman now. That's all.
It's like, if I remember correctly, is it kind of like a Batman version of the Alan Moore Superman story where it's like a hypothetical ending for the character?
Yeah.
Okay.
World Without a Man for tomorrow.
I'm not buying any more copies of the Batman Who Laughs.
You said this is good, Jake?
Neil Gaiman book too.
So of the ones I've read, I think it was Raish. I've read Raish by, I think, Tom Taylor, and Riddler by one of my favorite teams, which is King and Gerard's. And the Riddler one is so good.
I have read the Riddler one. I just own that on its own. And that was good. It does look like the Raish is by Tom Taylor. I hear a lot of these are not the greatest, though.
How do you guys feel about like when they would release this box set early and then you could buy the standard size hardcovers for full pop and slide them in? That's such a wacky concept to me.
Didn't Doomsday Clock do that too?
Well, Doomsday Clock was different. If you got your standard size hardcover, I think they gave you like a slipcase for it. I guess that one was okay. That one was like 2 books, which was cool, versus like 10 books. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's kind of cool. You can buy the ones you want, but then there's all that dead space.
Yeah.
Oh.
Before Watchmen.
What are you guys' thoughts on this?
I don't want to tell the internet. They're never nice about it.
Tell us.
Some of it's good, and other of it is mediocre and kind of offensive to the original story. It's kind of like wearing a dead corpse as an outfit, but I like I liked the Dr. Manhattan story. I liked the Minutemen stuff. And then other ones are just like so like they tried so hard.
Yeah.
And
I own like the deluxe of the Dr. Manhattan and then Night Owl. And I like both those stories. I like Dr. Manhattan's story, and then I thought Night Owl's was pretty good. From what I remember, I read it years ago, but I enjoyed it, you know. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Oh, Birthright again. Blackest Night.
For those watching in the chat, what was the best book you purchased this Black Friday? And it could be from any of the retailers. I just want to know from the chat what your guys' favorite book was.
I did not purchase any books.
Any books yet, but there's still a couple hours left.
I can't do it, unfortunately. I lost my job Wednesday.
Oh, I forgot. I watched your video yesterday.
If I ordered any books, I'm going to be kicked out of the house, you know, so I can't. Let's see.
I know. I meant like, what book did you order? Are you most excited about that you ordered?
Alex is raised.
What
with
about what's your
boys.
favorite?
Okay, so here's some hot takes. Catwoman Omnibus, I think it should just be a deluxe edition of Selena's Big Score. The stuff after Darwin Cook is so mediocre. And people love that book just because of how good the first portion is.
I own the omnibus, and I honestly, I think I just bought it. Kind of just, it was definitely a blind buy, but kind of an impulse buy too, where I just haven't read it, and I don't know. I don't really have any plans to read it, so I might.
I
try
would
to
read the
read
first
some of
story,
that.
which was done by Darwin Cook, Selena's Big Score, and it's so good. And it's only like 4 issues. And
Oh, here we go. We got the Criminal Deluxe, $25. Great deal. I would definitely recommend that.
do you guys have a favorite character in Criminal?
I haven't read this
Haven't read
series
it.
in years, so I don't even
Well,
remember.
Tyler, you would love it, dude.
I'm really
like-
not a crime noir guy, honestly. So I don't know.
I guess like for
It's
me,
pretty
I didn't
cool.
view it as crime noir because I feel like, and I don't know the definitions of everything that well. It was crime, but I wouldn't know because isn't crime noir kind of like old school crime? Or what does the noir portion in crime mean?
I don't know because I
think so.
asked that very same question on OmniDog stream, and he said if crime happens in it, then it's crime. And I'm like, okay, so
Should I call
Batman's
him
a
right now
crime
and ask
noir.
him? Should we ask him on the speakerphone?
I just
want
don't
the
know how it
definition, but
works.
I feel like it was modern crime, even though some of it was in like the 70s or whatever. But it wasn't like I don't know. It felt like reading a Grand Theft Auto comic that's just from one of the best creator teams in comics.
That gets me
Let me-
interested.
Let me look up the definition of noir because I would say Criminal is more like a crime drama, like saga. You know, I read a huge amount this week, so I'm not sure what my favorite is. Honestly, I'll probably make a whole video. Oh, awesome! Share that.
Hey,
in my
dude, you're on
Discord.
speakerphone. Can you ask her a question for our stream that we don't know because we're fake comic book fans? What's the difference between crime noir and because I'm trying to say that I wouldn't call Criminal the Ed Brubaker series crime noir, but we none of us know what the noir portion in crime means. Like, what separates a book about crime from crime noir?
Wait, what the hell are you talking about?
We're on stream, and I'm trying to say I don't know what crime noir is, but I wouldn't classify. What does crime noir mean versus a book with crime in it? Because Criminal's not crime noir, right? By Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. That's just a book about crime, right? So what does noir mean? Like,
Noir refers to a genre that's sort of dark and gritty, like crime noir films or like the Maltese Falcon, Raymond Chandler books. I know these are names you don't know.
okay, what about the book Noir? Isn't there like the one Noir book? I got,
Noir
Burlesque.
Burlesque.
yeah, I got that
Yeah.
one. So a book can have crime in it, but not be crime noir if it's modern crime, right? Like if it's just like Criminal had criminals in it and crime in it, but it was modern. So that's not noir, right?
I feel like if you've got hats and old time cars
And Tommy guns and alcohol's illegal.
Tommy guns and some dangerous woman involved that you're in love with.
And she's got red hair, right? And pearls. And she smokes cigarettes, but in one of those like cigarette
Oh, yeah.
holders. Yeah.
Everybody smokes cigarettes, even the kids.
Okay. That makes sense. So if it was directed by Martin Scorsese, it's noir. But okay, doesn't he make all those old school mobster movies with like Al Pacino?
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know that.
No, he does not.
And wait, Scorsese did like
Yeah, you're the cinephile.
Fellas,
You're
right?
I would say like noir is like a detective, like a gritty detective story.
Godfather. I don't.
Okay, so
I don't
something
know
can
that
be
there's a-
noir and be a detective story, but there's also crime noir, which is from the bad guy's perspective in old timey Tommy guns. And okay, that makes sense.
Is
I'll let
that
you go back to your
criminal?
picks. We got to get back to our stream, but thank you for explaining to us what
Who's
noir
streaming?
means.
What? Okay.
It's
You're welcome.
it's the Tyler and Labruski show. I'm the special guest, even though
Oh,
I'm at the-
wow.
I'm at the-
Hi, guys.
yeah. Jess says hi. Okay, well I'll let you go, but thanks for explaining to me what noir.
What's up,
means.
Jess?
Labruski says sup.
Okay. Hey, sup.
He says sup. Okay, bye, Jess.
Bye.
There we go. That's what I said. It's modern. It's not in the past. There's no kids smoking cigarettes and bootleggers.
Oh God.
I mean, yeah, no, I would say criminal is more like crime drama. Like noir is definitely a very distinctive subgenre of crime. I would say, like Chinatown, the movie, that's very noir.
directed that?
You know,
Who directed Chinatown?
who directed Chinatown? Oh, what's his name?
I was hoping you'd say Martin Scorsese.
It's not Martin Scorsese. I know that. I think it's the guy that did Rosemary's Baby. I can't remember his name.
Roman Polanski?
I think so. That could be
That's
super off.
canceled. We're not supposed to like his movies.
That's true.
I don't
Let's
even know
see.
who that is.
Ooh,
Roman Polanski was a famous director who was dating Sharon Tate, which was
yeah,
that
Roman
actress.
Polanski. I was right.
Sharon Tate got murdered by Charlie Manson's cult.
Yeah.
But Roman Polanski is currently he had to flee the United States because he got caught with like a 13-year-old girl, and yeah,
Not good.
so not great.
What do you guys?
Not the
thoughts on,
best look.
What about Woody Allen? You like Woody Allen?
Not as much as Woody Allen likes his stepdaughter.
Very true. This sucks because I love Annie Hall too. Like I love that movie, but it's like I don't know. I just can't. I cannot support Woody Allen.
Seeing that Dead Boys Detective Omnibus makes me so happy I sold it and freed myself of it. I like love Sandman so much. I was obsessed with owning anything in the Sandman world. So I bought a bunch of like mediocre omnis, like all 3 books of Magic, Dead Boy Detective, things that I just were so dry. And I finally freed myself of it.
That's awesome. I'm proud of you.
That has a show too, right?
Got
Not
canceled.
anymore.
Yeah. Netflix said nope.
I
I
don't
saw
know.
Neil-
And I don't think it was canceled because of Gaiman's personality life. I think it was canceled because it sucked.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I heard it was bad. I saw Neil Gaiman recently, like last spring, pretty much like maybe 2 months before his cancellation. I saw him and Art Spiegelman in like a conversation, which was interesting to hear them talk. You know,
Did you eavesdrop?
But-
Did you hear them say anything like? Did he say like, "Oh, my nanny was into it"?
Oh my God.
no, he didn't say anything like that. No, he didn't. Let's see. Ooh, 8
Do I
billion
need that?
genies.
Do I need that Fables box set?
I don't know why.
Do
don't
you?
they have a
Yeah.
better edition for that. They need to do better with that. Gosh.
I don't think they
It's just
will
more
because of their
competitive.
issues with the creator, right? Like he got into he got into a fight with DC, so he put his books in the public domain. So
Really?
they were at one point going to be absolutes of Fables, but they
Oh,
do
that's
not
cool.
like the creator of Fables.
Is there omnibuses or no?
No.
I think there were deluxes that never finished, and then there's the
Yeah.
box
Yeah.
set of compendiums.
Interesting. I've never read Fables. I don't know if I'd like it. Like I don't really like, the Fables. I guess.
I think I played the video game. That's The Wolf Among Us, right? That was it.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
Wolf Among Us.
That was
yeah.
sick. Back
Really
when the
good.
Telltale
I never
games didn't
played it.
suck.
Yeah, I never
Um,
played that one. Let's see. We got some Fantastic Four. We got Fatale again. Flash. I don't know. I guess we can look at some other websites.
I love that cover for
And-
the Flash Rebirth Deluxe Volume 3. That is such a sick cover.
This one.
No, the one to the left of it.
Why is it so?
I was gonna say, doesn't that have Ezra Miller?
No, not that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm not the one who likes Roman Polanski. I meant Deluxe Book 2. That
I
one's
never said I
sick.
liked him.
You said you like were a fan of him and Woody Allen and Neil Gaiman. They were all hanging out talking about like little kids. You're a creep, Labruski.
We can let's
We can move
let's
on.
watch
What
the
about In-Stock
replay and
Trades?
see what
does
I
In-Stock Trades
said.
have? You don't know if the book's in stock or not, so you're rolling the dice.
Let's see. Let me change.
That is a solid cover, though. Playing on Rebirth.
In stock trade.
I guess I don't need that because I have the Omni.
Yeah. In stock trades.
Boo.
Let's see. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm not a manga reader, really. So I don't
I
know.
can't get into it.
This seems cool.
Are you guys pumped for Junkyard Joe?
Do you guys check
Yep.
this out?
Which cover of Junkyard Joe are you going with? Is that another naked? Oh my god, what's with is that another inappropriate cover? You're gonna get in trouble from YouTube.
It's big time. It is big time. It looks kind of cool though. I don't know.
Okay, Tyler, which cover of Junkyard Joe are you going with?
I just got the standard. I don't have enough time to like think, so I just click and go.
This one?
Yeah, I think that's
the
the best
standard.
one.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
Mitch was like, send me Junkyard Joe for an overview copy, and I was like, but I want Junkyard Joe, and then I was like, what if we get different covers? And JP was like, whatever. So as long as me and Mitch got separate covers.
Is there no?
Maybe they're doing an extra % off. I mean, In Stock Trades doesn't really do sales because they hate their customers.
I guess.
Ooh,
So.
that's arriving to me soon though. The complete Harrow County.
Oh man, I am jealous. It looks way too big for me. Like
Yeah,
I don't
it's so
know.
huge.
Well,
And
I
it's-
tried to,
Okay, Mister, I got Big Damn Sin City for my bachelor party or something. You like isn't that bigger?
Not my bachelor party. What are you
Wedding?
talking about?
Wasn't it like for like some special occasion you treated yourself to Big Damn Sin City?
No, just it was a good price, and I acted on it.
Okay. For no nice reason, you treated yourself to a Big Damn Sin City, which I think is bigger than the complete Harrow County.
Yeah, but Big Damn Sin City is the only edition that's out there that collects all of Sin City in hardcover format. Where
I thought they were library editions, aren't there?
well, I was gonna say, other than those library editions, which are like $100 a piece, it's ridiculous. So you
This
have
looks
to-
cool,
I blind bought
What
this
is it?
too.
I
Yeah.
want this.
It's $700 to get all of Sin City in those library editions.
That's insane. Monster size Hellboy said pass. Yeah, I don't know. I do really want the complete Harrow County, but it's too much for me. I don't know.
Desolation Jones is supposed to be super good, so I'm pumped for it. It has J.H. Williams art, which is always incredible.
Yeah, we like him.
And
Yeah, it
I
does
think
look pretty cool.
Warren Ellis is back, right? We're allowed to like him again. Like, didn't he
I
put the
don't
work
know.
in and like apologize to people?
What did he do? Was it like a sexual misconduct thing? Or
Yeah, it was like
Hmm.
positions of power as like people that worked for him and things like that. But I thought
Yeah.
he put the work in and got like therapy and like made it right and donated money to. Oh, look, it's not up for me to say, but I love some Warren Ellis comics. So-
Honestly, I don't think I've read any Warren Ellis, so I need to. I just haven't.
Thanks, Alex. But there was a time when we weren't supposed to, right? Like, from what I
Yeah,
remember, Warren
for
Ellis
sure.
put the work in to get better. But if I were to say my favorite Warren Ellis book, it's Planetary. Planetary is so good.
I know. I feel like we were just talking about that on the Evergreen stream.
We were I was
Lars.
trying to get whatchamacallit. It was Lars who said, "Oh, I put Authority on here, but I feel like I shouldn't."
Yeah.
But I put Neil Gaiman on and I didn't bat an eye. And his is a lot more fresh.
True.
I don't know. I usually fall in line of just separating the creator, and just because I think everybody's kind of just not great people 9 times out of 10.
It can be tough though. I feel like sometimes too.
Yeah, there's hard stops for me for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends.
It's
Let's see if
it's
the
a
Omar
tricky
cover is
subject.
still available for this book. I never got it, and I feel like I missed out.
The
Yeah, I
what?
didn't get it either.
So
very
they let
fresh
Omar make a cover to this book. I think it was available at Dying
Okay.
Breeds and Cheap Graphic Novels and Walt's Comic Shop, I think.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Yep.
I'll look it up. I guess cheap graphic novels up right now. Remedy.
I think what I love about cheap graphic novels, if I'm speaking as a fan, is that no matter how much you spend, you pay $9 for shipping. So
That is pretty nice.
I love paying extra for shipping as opposed to, getting my books for free.
Right, let me. Oh shoot, what the hell?
Before Black Friday sale. Nice.
There we go.
Nice, Adam.
My only
Here it is.
gripe is that
Oh, there it is.
he posted a photo for his Black Friday sale using the exact same photo I used for OPB's Black Friday sale announcement. And I was like, he could have chosen any photo in the world, but he chose the exact same photo as me. So
Which one?
it was if you go to Facebook and you see him posting about the first half of his sale, he used the exact same Justice League photo I used for my for mine of like
Oh.
this. Yeah.
Let's see. Warren Ellis is The Authority is awesome. I feel like I read that. Yeah.
Really good.
Beyond Comics, are you going to get the second Authority omnibus, the one that has the
Ooh.
Brubaker stuff?
Brubaker wrote Authority?
So yeah, there's some later on stuff. So the main Authority run that everybody thinks of was written by Ellis. The second
Right.
Authority volume was written by Millar and
Yeah.
was nowhere near as good as the Ellis stuff. And then there's a second, I forget what's in the exact solicitation, but some of it was written by Brubaker.
Ooh, interesting. I did not know that.
And if it's anything as good as his Sleeper run, I'm down. Sleeper was so good.
Oh my god, dude! I read Sleeper a few months ago now, but that was so freaking good. I love it.
It was slept on.
Exactly.
I like saying Millar just because it's pretentious.
Millar a
What
little
is it
bit.
really? Because I go back and forth because I honestly don't know.
I also don't care.
Who cares?
People
we
make such a
called
big
him
stink about that, though.
There's like
Hearing-
I've often thought about this joke, but I don't know if it would go over well. Like cutting Jordan in for a brief second in a video to pronounce a name how it's supposed to be pronounced, like the non-white way to pronounce a name, and then cutting back to me instantly. But I feel like people wouldn't find that funny. Like I always say Perez, but he says it with like the tongue roll. So
Yeah.
cutting
I would
him for
say-
a brief second.
I would say try it out. You got nothing to lose, right? Give it a go.
You're right. If not,
Maybe
I'll just
it'll
go
work in
live
the
with,
edit.
Woody Allen.
I picked this up. Did anybody read this?
I have not. I want to though. This I feel like has been on my list forever. So I will
Yeah.
absolutely get this. I get this book and another book confused. I'm trying to think. I
Oh,
think
you're
it's
thinking of
We Only Find Them When They're Dead, I think.
no,
Yeah.
We Killed Giants.
I get all three confused. I get this one confused because I have read the first trade of this, and it's about giants. So I just associate it with giants in my head, and then I see this, and I think it's like the same series. This is another one I want to get the hardcover of. It's a fun L. Ewing.
Yeah, that went over my head so hard.
I think I probably read about half of it. I read it digitally, and I have not finished it yet.
Psychedelic Art, though, by Simone DeMeo. Really,
What
which
is
I
it?
think he's on Batman and Robin right now, I think.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see. I understand it. It gets can't say my last name right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really bad with pronunciation sometimes, even with just like normal words that I should know how to pronunciate. I botch them sometimes. I don't know why.
Yeah. same here.
I do it to trigger people so they comment and correct me and give me more engagement. So I'll be like, Tom
That's
Tyler.
I guess that's smart. Let's see. Ultimate X-Men. That's the trade paperback. Awesome. I hear this is really good. Someone said in I think OmniDog's Discord. I can't remember who it was.
Which one are you talking about?
Batman Force First Night. I can't remember who said it was really good.
Is that also Taylor? Or who wrote that?
Dan Jurgens.
I was thinking of Dark Knights of Steel. What's like the Game of Thrones type one with the DC characters?
Yeah.
What about ROM 3? I just got that last week. Are we all pumped for ROM 3?
Yeah.
I
Dark Knight
cannot
of the Steel,
wait.
yeah.
I cannot wait.
That has
No.
the only way to get that missing Incredible Hulk issue that's never been collected before.
Whoa.
Not a wrong guy.
Neither am I, but I had the first two, so I needed the third one. Like
Yeah, to
I couldn't
complete
not
it.
complete it. Absolute Justice, though, that book fucks, dude. It's such a good book. Everyone should buy it.
Right here. And you just released a video on that today, I think, or
Dude,
yesterday.
you like how I spent the whole video just because I didn't want Omnidog to win. I was like talking down on that book. I do think Justice League World's Greatest Superheroes is the better absolute, but Justice is so rad.
Justice is good.
Yeah.
I will say I own the deluxe, and there's a lot of gutter loss with that, the deluxe at least. So I mean, I can't speak for this just because I don't own it, but you vouch for it, Jake. So I imagine it's the ultimate way to read this run.
Yeah,
which is good. I enjoyed it.
I put Kingdom Come in my list, but if I would have thought of Justice, I would have totally put Justice over Kingdom Come.
That's what I was saying. Like, I tried to pick ones that I didn't think other people would pick to make it more interesting. Like, of course, someone's going to say Sandman Volume 1, but I thought Overture had better art, or I knew everyone was going to say Kingdom Come. So I figured, I knew Jess was going to say Justice, so I tried to throw out World's Greatest Superheroes, which is also phenomenal.
Has that been reprinted?
It is. So they reprinted both that and Justice this year. So
cool.
What Justice World's Greatest Superheroes is written by Paul Dini, and it's a series of one-off stories focusing on individual members of the league, and then a couple stories with all of them. But it's like there's an issue where Shazam is feeling burnt out, so he goes to a children's hospital to help someone restore hope. And the big twist is it's his hope he restores. And there's a Wonder Woman story and a Batman story where it has that famous panel of the kid pointing the gun at Batman, and like Batman breaks the cycle of violence. Like, it's just all such good stories.
You can also get Shazam story Hope in just hardcover edition if you don't do absolutes.
They did come out with that, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, did Transformers Volume 2 come out? I guess I should be done because they announced the deluxe editions, right?
Yeah.
And Daniel Warren Johnson left after this issue, I think, right?
Or after this trade paperback, I believe.
He's still writing it though, right? Or no?
No, he's not.
He's done.
Maybe he is. I don't know. He's not doing the art anymore, though, right?
I think he's fully out. I think he was just for 10 issues, and now he's out fully. I think.
Let's see. Let me look it up.
This is where Domovex would be good. Usually, he chimes in and corrects us.
I know. He never announces that he's there until you say something wrong, and he'll pop in the chat to correct you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I did a stream with him last Saturday, and Jordan goes, I feel like I can't get a word in edgewise with the two of you in a stream because we're both big talkers and big personalities.
Yeah, you do talk fast and a lot. That's for sure.
I know. Stop doing that, Jake. Please.
Yeah, keep silent for the rest of my time here.
I'm just kidding. He stopped the art at issue 6. Okay, we got Recon. What's up? James Abel.
There you go. James
He's still writing the series. I think 24 is his last issue. Got it. I need to shout you out to get to 200. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, we got Scalp too. This is one. I don't know. I mean, Jake, you said you like it, right?
Okay, Tyler, did you think me posting about Scalped on Thanksgiving was racist? Because I think Jordan likes to mess with me. He always likes to play me off like I'm racist. He goes, wow, you did Scalped on Thanksgiving?
I liked it. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I thought it was fitting.
I think it's definitely a little dark, but I've said before, I kind of have dark humor. So, I mean, I don't mind it.
But seriously, there's like a naked chick throughout the entire book. But I will say, Jason Aaron retweeted my post about Scalp, so he thought it was fun.
Nice.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, maybe it's like the juxtaposition of it, being on Thanksgiving where the white man and Native Americans united in this book. I don't know what it's about, but maybe, there's some violence.
So it's about Dash Badhorse. He left the reservation 15 years ago, and he returned with just a gun and some nunchucks to take down the crime and the corruption and have a lot of sex with the girl with no top on. That is like half the book.
Awesome. I love it.
I can't release my overview of it. I got to watch David's version, but yeah.
Fifth Jack thinks it was the wrong idea for Thanksgiving.
Just stick bookmarks where there's boobies and then just skip over it.
True. Good point. Do you guys know what 5th of Jack's OPB code is? It's the greatest thing in the world.
Jack it together.
Jack it together.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. I think that's it for best sellers on IST. Let's see what's coming out. A lot of manga. This kind of looks interesting. I feel like Omnidog mentioned this or something.
Yeah, that looks noir.
I was
Which is
going to
also
say,
for
that,
sure.
but there's a demon in the background. Are we?
Yeah,
Okay.
it could be like a
Noir.
noir, like Fatale by Brubaker. That's like a noir Lovecraftian type of book. So this could be like a noir supernatural type of genre, I guess.
Interesting.
Let's see. Desolate Jones. I know we talked about this one already, but I just love this cover so much. It reminds me a lot of, for some reason, of the Las Vegas movie. Oh my gosh. Fear and Loathing in
Fear and
Las Vegas.
Loathing.
I don't know why. I think it's this character. Kind of reminds me of whatever, Hunter S. Thompson. Let's see what else.
Did we see more covers with naked women on them?
Is anybody reading the Dune
Yeah.
comics? I hear those are good.
What is it?
I don't know where to start. Like, I don't
Dune
know where to
comics?
start them, so I never know
Oh.
what to get.
Has anyone
Yeah.
read Dune the novel?
I have read the novel.
No.
I was the classic person who watched the first movie and couldn't wait till the second movie to find out what happens. This book sounds dark.
It does. Yeah, I think this is one of Grant Morrison's books that you can, like, you get the full story on one read. You know, it's not super dense, if you will. So I may get this one. Sean Murphy on the art too. I mean, that's always a plus.
I feel like that's the first time I ever heard of Sean Murphy was on that title.
Let's see.
So does this?
Oh, you know
predate,
what?
The White Knight stuff.
Yeah, he does. He does the white.
I think
Knight.
so. Yeah. I thought you meant like universe wise. I was like, wait, what?
No. I just meant like I don't know when it came out because I'm a collected editions reader, so I didn't know when single issues of Joe the Barbarian were.
I mean, I don't know when single issues came out, but the first collected edition that came out, I feel like was the first time I ever heard his name, which I think was a hardcover. I think.
It looks like it was originally published in 2011. So over 10 years ago now it came out. I might, this is one that I might put on my list when I am able to buy more comics. Moon Man, I don't know anything about that. Oh, that's cool. I might check that out.
She's too close.
Superman the Exile.
That's shipping to me. That was the last Superman omnibus I needed. That and 7 Golden Age versions, but you know,
skip.
I think I'll just chill with Exile.
Let's see.
I like that emo looking girl right there. She look a little thicky. Nah, okay, yes. I heard Witching Hour is amazing. Omnidog loves it.
I heard good things too.
This is one that from his recent video, and I think he mentioned it too in some streams. I want to get this book really bad, so I will absolutely buy this. Maybe I'll probably I'll make a list for like Christmas or whatever, and that will be the next time I get comics.
Look at that cutie though. Don't skip past that one. What's it called?
Where?
Big Mama. What's it? Oh, the girl with the blue hair?
Oh, right here. Wet Moon.
Wet Moon.
That's an interesting title.
Is it an omnibus? I'm ordering it.
You're
guys
gonna
got,
order it?
Different taste in comics than me.
Yeah, I don't more into the scantily dressed men.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
That Justice League of America book, Jake has a good video covering those World Finest.
Thank you, man. That's so
Nice
nice
skip
to
over
say.
Superman the Exile is so underrated. Highly recommend. Awesome.
Agree.
And I feel like
don't know.
they pulled a lot of inspiration for Warworld from that book. So
Yes.
I'm excited
Okay.
to read it.
Interesting. Ice Cream
So-
Man.
Are any of these on better sales for Black Friday, or are these just regular pricing?
Regular.
Yeah, I think the
Let's
regular.
move
I don't-
on to cheap graphic novels. The people here are here to see the Scream and Black Friday deals.
All right. Let's switch over then.
IST has pretty solid, just normal prices, but I've never seen
For
them
sure.
put anything on sale ever.
Sometimes they'll do like,
All right.
we'll give you 1 extra % on your recently loyalty for a holiday or something. But
Didn't they get rid of their
that's the
Red Tag
picture.
stuff?
That was my I used that picture first.
What picture?
Go back. Wait till the header comes around again with the DC character. That one.
Right here.
I used that picture first. But I'm not
Dang.
salty.
You got a sue, dude. Hire a lawyer.
Oh, I see Gary Frank Superman, whatever that is. Buy
100 bullets. I think this is the first one we looked at on organic price books. This is one that I think I will really enjoy. So I do want to pull the trigger on that eventually.
I told Jordan, I was like, hey man, I think I'm finally gonna pull the trigger on 100 Bullets Volume 2. And he goes, but you sold Volume 1. And I go, I did? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, good thing I didn't buy Volume 2.
You know, buy
Now you
Volume
get
2.
both.
Yeah.
I heard there's too many characters. 52 is so good. You got to get 52.
What's 52 about? Give us your synopsis.
So, have you read Infinite Crisis?
No.
Infinite Crisis came out and was this giant bombastic event. And then in the comics, everything jumped forward a year. So there was a missing year where Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman weren't a part of it. So 52 was a collection of an amazing assortment of creators. And a new issue came out every week for 1 year. So at the end of that year, you got the whole missing year. So it was 52 issues of like a DC world where Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman aren't the primary figures. And you get like the passing of the mantle from Vic Sage to Renee Montoya for the Question, which was great if you had read like Gotham Central. It had like an awesome Black Adam storyline where it makes him like a tragic figure. Like it was just all these like crazy different stories that interwoven and connected together. And
Steel, big focus on Steel and Metropolis, which is awesome.
It was like it's like all characters that are like C list or B list, and they got time to shine.
That's awesome.
A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. I think you would really like that. It's super, super cinematic, like a Tarantino film. I think you would really like that.
By Remender too.
Yeah,
I may have to get this.
There's maybe 10 speech bubbles in the entire thing, but it's like,
oh my god, I'm gonna
so
read that
movie like.
I think I'd like comics better if none of them had words.
Oh my goodness, that's too funny. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check this out. And then 52 does intrigue me. I think I would rather just read that digitally though, but
it's one of the pride and joys of my collection. It is like the Trinity run of like Infinite Crisis to 52 to Final Crisis is so fulfilling.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. As far as like the DC and even Marvel, like I am totally out of the loop with all the events and everything like that. Like I've never dived too deep into that. And I don't know if I ever will, honestly, but
they used to have 2 really good trade paperbacks for 52, but I think those are not really in print.
Well, those were cool because I think the original printing of the omnibus had horrible binding issues. So a lot of people thought the thick collections were better, and then they reprinted it and I upgraded and the new printing was fine.
Yeah. I think I have an old printing.
Preacher, absolutely.
Check that's fine, bro.
Oh, mine's fine, but
okay.
I think it's the old one.
I can't believe no one picked Preacher on the Evergreen stream. I thought Omar was for sure. Omar loves those Preacher books. So much of that game, I feel like we psych ourselves out on each other. Like I was like, oh, I'm not going to pick Preacher because someone else is.
That's why I went the route that I went. Like, I really truly felt everyone was going to have Watchmen, Swamp Thing, Preacher, Transmetropolitan, like super like highbrow and beloved stories. So that's why I went like basic, but then everybody had my choices. So I was like, okay, well now I'm double dipping 40 times with the list.
I regret not for all seasons. I wish I would have picked as one of mine.
It was a
What is
good
it?
story.
Oh, Superman,
Superman
for
for all
okay.
seasons. That's one of my favorite absolutes.
I have the deluxe, and I don't know. I read it years ago when I first got into comics, and I don't remember loving it, to be honest. But
I need a deluxe. I only have the singles.
I think I got the deluxe from like Ollie's for like $5, like dirt cheap.
So Tyler, when a deluxe of a book you want is out of print, and the absolute is cheaper than what it would cost you to get the deluxe, do you still wouldn't be tempted? Like that for all seasons for $45 there has to be cheaper than getting an out of print deluxe copy of. For
Oh, I
All
don't.
Seasons.
I don't buy anything out of print. I'd wait for it to get reprinted. But I do play with the idea. Like I seriously mean this of getting all Superman absolutes. But it's just I'm
There's
I'm
not that
limited
many,
on
luckily.
space.
Yeah.
The Jeff Johns one is sick. I love that one because a lot of that stuff was never collected in an Omni. I'm
That's
pumped
my
for Red
favorite
Sun.
Oh,
Superman
dude,
content.
I cannot wait for Superman Red Sun Absolute. I love that story so much. I will absolutely get
Oh,
that.
thanks for the
Absolute.
shout out, Fifth of Jack.
What do you say? Hey, Jack, I said that you like. Oh, cool. This seems kind of interesting. Scott Snyder and Jeff Lemire. I've never heard of this. Released in 2017.
I guess Jeff Lemire's doing art. I would guess.
Yeah, I would imagine, or maybe he co-writes it and does art. Looks like what if we found a cure for death? Interesting. There's also a novel based on that premise too, that I can't remember the name of, but that I started reading it, never finished it, but it was good.
I regret not getting that Between Two Worlds deluxe edition.
Right here.
Yeah, that Adam Strange. I think it has stuff. Doesn't it have stuff written by Dave Gibbons in it?
Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess so.
Dave Gibbons is of course one of the most praised people for his art, but
Yeah.
his writing is pretty good too.
Yeah, I read some of the Green Lantern Corps by him. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh wait, I'm confusing that with what I have. I have Strange Adventures. That's what I have.
Oh,
Strange Adventures is the Tom King, Mitch
Tom King
Gerard,
one.
and Clayman.
Yeah.
I was so sad. I when I went to a convention, Clayman was there, or both artists for Strange Adventures and Tom King were there. And then when I got up to my turn, the other artist besides Mitch walked away, and I was like, I could have gotten everyone to sign it.
Oof.
That was a tragic moment.
Jake, sidebar, are you going to Heroes Con this year? I thought I saw something like a blue
I did
sky.
get permission from my wife because BJ Kicks is not going this year, which means I can stay at Chris's house for free.
Nice.
And that saves me hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I bought tickets and plane tickets to go last year. I was going to share a place with my friend Bunkmaster Beyond Comics. And then my
I
wife,
love Bunk.
speaking of which, shouts out to Bunk. He hit 1,000 subs today.
No
Very
way.
well deserved.
No way. That's awesome.
Did you guys see that thumbnail I made of him where I photoshopped him into the distracted boyfriend meme?
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that.
He had the
That was
perfect shirt, bro. Okay, so my wife, her hours got cut in half over the summer, so we couldn't afford it. I didn't budget properly, and for the what if happenstance of her losing half her hours. So I've been putting money aside, and Mike Allred is going, and he famously never goes to conventions. So
Really?
I would love to I got to interview Allred once with Jess, but I never
I
got
saw that. I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've never got to obviously meet him. So I would love to get some stuff signed.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have a buddy who lives down in Charlotte, and he messaged me a link to it, and so I'm tempted to go. I don't know. I live in New York, so obviously it's a bit of a trip if I drive, but I don't know. Flying is expensive, so we'll see. But I would love to go. It'd be my first con. I've never gone to any sort of Comic Con or anything.
It's supposed to be awesome, and the last one that's purely creator centric.
That's what I hear. Yeah, we were for the Patreon for Omni Bros on the last hangout in StreamYard or whatever. We talked about a bunch of cons and whatnot, and that's what everyone said, that it was like the last creator centric one.
And I think it's like primarily focused on comics, where like other Comic Cons are like all pop culture, you know?
Yeah, for sure. This looks pretty cool. I think I've heard good things about it.
Very
I like
good.
it a lot. I mean, it's nowhere near
Yeah.
as good as the other Animal Man omnibus, but they're just vastly different things.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I've never read Animal Man in general, so I think I would, start with the Grant Morrison run.
Was it you,
Um,
Tyler, that said you like the Swamp Thing run that runs parallel with it, or was that someone else? Because I don't have the Swamp Thing omnibus that runs parallel with it. The Snyder.
Scott Snyder and Charles Soules. No, I think that was Dom.
This is one I definitely want to get, just because I hear it's great, and it's so
Yeah.
cheap
And
too.
at that price, it's so cheap.
I know, that's the thing. Let's see.
I'm
what
excited to
else?
compare it to the new Aquaman omnibus coming out in a week or two and see if it's still my favorite Aquaman book.
It will be.
Okay.
Oh, Aerosmith. I think Jess talks a lot about this, how
Yeah.
much he loves it. So maybe I'll get that too.
Yeah, that's is that second volume $8? Is that what that said?
Looks like it's the trade paperback.
And
Oh.
you have to add the $9 of shipping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Fit the Jack. The Trench was so good.
Dude, they were supposed to make a Trench movie at one point. and then it
Yeah,
got
I
canceled.
remember that.
How do you make a whole
remember
movie
that.
off of an Aquaman villain that doesn't speak?
I think that'd be kind of interesting though. But I feel like the premise, from what I heard, it was like it's going to be about a boat in the middle of the ocean and they get attacked by all the, the trench monsters or whatever.
We're like, you know,
So I
that
feel
really
like-
cool scene in Aquaman. What if it's just the whole movie is that scene?
That'd
Is
be
that,
pretty
is that
cool.
the vibe?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like with that premise, though, you could just do your own like creatures and like not have it be a trench movie.
Yeah.
And it still would work, Let's see. I don't know. Nothing's sparking my interest with this.
AVX, hell yeah.
Was that fun?
I love AVX, yeah. I think a lot of people just say it's like taking all your toys out of the toy box and like bashing them together, but like,
But that's
I
fun.
think it's
I
cool.
like playing with toys. I like bashing toys together.
yeah. Especially if you like X-Men, I mean, they're obviously very prominent in it.
I don't know if I do.
What?
Oh, I should, but I just don't know where to start.
Grant Morrison, new X-Men.
Okay. I have the two
I,
most random X-Men Omnis ever. All I have is Uncanny X-Men Volume 2 and the Extinction Agenda Omnibus. So I feel like I'm missing a few books in between.
Well, Volume 2 is Dark Phoenix Saga, right?
Yeah.
You
And then
just get the
Extinction
Phoenix
Agenda
omnibus.
Extinction Agenda takes place way later.
Yeah, in the 90s.
When's the Batman? Isn't there like a Batman Ed Brubaker Omni coming out?
Yeah,
I think it's
Murder
just a writer
Fugitive
on
is a couple weeks away. Let me see what comic releases says.
Yeah, the
That's pretty
50,
cool.
50-cent comics or whatever that was coming out back then.
That's pretty cool.
I think I have the first issue of that. That's
I was gifted a set of the Eagle Moss deluxe editions that cover more than the omnibus will. So unless I don't know if I'm going to get that one, but that comes out the 17th of December.
Okay.
Murder
Interesting.
Turned Fugitive.
Black Hammer is a pretty good book, and those library editions only $25. That's a good deal.
I need to
right
pick
there.
up more of those.
Yeah, I have the 3 library editions of like the main series. I haven't read the third one though, but I'm excited to. And then you have the World of Black Hammer, which I haven't really read, so I can't really speak to.
Why not new X-Men, Alex? That's a great
Yeah,
jumping
Alex,
on point. It's a new
Let's
era.
have a debate.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm not ready? Are you just saying it because you know me and you know telling me that I'm not ready for it is going to make me read it? Like, I'll order it right now. I'll show you who's boss, Alex.
Yeah, like Silver Age Superman.
No, I've read 3 issues now.
I don't know how you do it.
You're really making a lot of headway with that
I
one.
could not do that.
That's 50% further along, right? Because I was 2 issues and now I'm 3 issues. I mean, I don't know if that's how the math works, but that's basically how the math works.
Yeah. Sure.
Blade of the Immortal sounds like a Tyler book.
Yep. Great manga. I think everybody here would like it.
What, Blade?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to add it to my list.
See,
You
now when
probably
you
get
tell
the
me
page-
I'd like something, I don't want to buy it. I only want to buy the ones you tell me I'm not going to like.
I mean, you may not like it. It's still manga, but it reads like a comic book,
Left to right or right to left?
left to right. And it's pretty
Yep.
much like, just imagine like Wolverine or Logan, the movie set in feudal Japan. That's the best way I'll describe it.
This is a book I really want right here. And there's a second one too that just came out. This seems super cool.
That's
I
the
love
one that Jess
history.
likes about the UFO abductions.
Yeah, I love history and like nonfiction. So I feel like this is like made for me. And I like the supernatural. So
I hope you like the color blue, because when you open it, that's literally all there.
what's that?
I said, I hope you like the color blue, because when you open it,
Oh, I
that's
know.
the entire
I know.
art is just blue.
I know. I do like blue. Not my favorite color, but let's see what else. I don't know. Do we want to check out another website? I know. Why don't we check out Rick Remender's website?
Yeah, Giant Generator has everything is 40% off of his signature series, which is obviously his books. Which 40% off a book the size of an absolute is pretty.
That's actually
solid.
sick.
They're a little smaller, right?
No, I
Aren't
think
they?
they're the exact same.
Let me check.
Yeah, you probably got them.
Why can you? There you go.
Highly recommend Righteous Thirst for Vengeance by Rick Remender. Glow is incredible. Black Science.
Here's a cool low skateboard.
I know.
That's
I saw
pretty
that. I was
neat.
like, what the heck?
Yeah. Why when I click on this link, it just brings me to this? That's weird.
That
There we go.
looks smaller.
Oh, by a hair.
I honestly, and it's going to sound crazy, I'm not the biggest fan of Rick Remender's like oversized hardcovers. I would honestly prefer them in the like smaller image deluxe editions. I just feel like for some of his books, it makes sense. Like I feel like Black Science, that's a good example. Like I really enjoy the artwork, but for like other books, it's like I would just prefer to read this in a smaller edition.
That's
I-
my
like
favorite edition ever. is
See,
Rick
I know it
Remender.
sounds crazy. But
Was it bigger
That's
than
how-
Geiger, or is Geiger the same size? I remember thinking Geiger was the perfect size book.
I think Geiger is like the smaller image like hardcover. And I like that's the size I agree.
No,
I feel like
Geiger's
that-
big. I can here. Let me.
Yeah, Geiger.
go through.
Grab a Geiger and a Rick Remender. I feel like
Yeah.
Geiger might be a touch smaller, but by a hair.
I thought it was like the same size as like Criminal Deluxe or like Saga. But I guess not. Oh, Geiger is the
So
same
they
size.
are indeed the exact same size.
Are they really? Wow. Here, let me
Yep.
make. Here,
Like
show that
literally
off.
no difference.
Maybe the page count of Geiger was what I liked.
That could be.
Yeah, no difference.
Okay.
Well, what
that's
is
a good
it?
size.
This seems cool.
Brewski, what the
This seems cool.
dude?
Dude, is the whole live stream that you guys do just Labruski pulling up like sexy
No.
clad women?
This is the
And-
first time there's been this much boobies on here.
Yeah, we don't usually even share the screen. It's just usually us talking about whatever.
Tokyo Ghost was my favorite read of last year. Absolutely incredible.
Where is it?
Down. There it is.
Here it is. Looks like it's sold out.
It's so
Yeah, I
good.
think it might have been your video I was watching that. Yeah, someone said it was like highly recommended. So yeah, very well could have been your video. I checked
deals
that out.
with addiction, deals with you know,
I feel like
tainted love, loss, all that good stuff.
Okay, so I need Tyler's answer on this. I'm gonna pick 3 books that deal with addiction, and you tell me which one handled from most tastefully to less tastefully. So, New X-Men by Grant Morrison with Magneto's addiction, Tokyo Ghost, and Green Lantern, Green Arrow. My ward is a junkie.
I mean, Green Lantern, Green Arrow is the worst tastefulness for sure. I mean, Green Arrow slaps the piss out of Speedy. I mean, come on now.
oh my
But did it
goodness.
work? Did he get off heroin?
I mean, he's still messed up. I mean, even still to this day, Roy's all jacked up in the head. So who cares?
Okay. So maybe that one's not the most tasteful. But then what's better, Magneto's addiction or Tokyo Ghost?
Tokyo Ghost dealt with addiction in a very beautiful way because there's like light at the end of the tunnel, and then it shows like how relapse can work and stuff. So I
thought
think
you weren't supposed to go to the light.
Well, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Tokyo Ghost is the best like interpretation of addiction I've ever seen in a book. I mean, it's very heartfelt. It shows how it affects the people that you love. It shows how easy it is to relapse and the reasons that we create to relapse and stuff. So it's really impactful.
Okay, and then how was Magneto's addiction?
It's
somewhere in between, like he's not getting slapped by Green Arrow, but there's not light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, he's not getting slapped by Green Arrow. So I would say it's better than that. But I don't know. I feel like Magneto's entire progression through New X-Men is I don't know. I feel like the hook, line, and sinker is like the fake event that he goes through, which I'm being vague for reasons, but I think that overshadows anything that happens to him through the rest of the book because it's so unexpected. Okay. And you really don't get any resolution for it until pretty late into the run, if not the end of the run.
I probably have to dip out before I have my next live stream, but I want to see one more sexy cover before I go. Pull up the sexiest cover, Labruski.
All right,
rock my world for a good send out.
I don't believe it or not. I just don't have
like that history or bookmarks. You don't have them saved.
Yeah, I don't have it saved. Let's see.
Everyone in the chat, what's the sexiest cover?
Oh,
is it Wet Moon? Tell me it's Wet Moon.
Dude, Dale Keown on Marlowe in the Peter David run. There's panels where he illustrates her. I mean, I think it makes me sweat.
That should be the name of the book. Can you make a video? Top 10 books that made me sweat. That'd be such a good video.
She is crazy. The fact that she's a comic book character is crazy.
All right, give me one sec.
There's also which we can bring up whenever you're ready. TKO Studios, they have a buy one get one free.
There it is.
That's not a sexy cover, bro.
You
That's not what gets me going.
That's dark.
What?
Wait, can I show you guys I think what I think is one of the sexiest covers of the year?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Nightwing 111, the sweater weather cover?
It's sweater weather and he's almost naked?
Yeah.
He's gonna be cold.
They did a line of thirsty Nightwing covers for Tom Taylor's Nightwing run.
Go off, King. Dude, you gotta look up Marlowe Chambers. That's the
let me see Marlowe Chambers before I go. And for all those watching, my name is Jake. I run the Brave and the Boys YouTube channel. I am going to be on Omni Bros later tonight. I run the OPB YouTube channel, and I run the Upscale Audio YouTube channel, which is not comic related, so who cares? And you can find me on Blue Sky and Discord and all the places.
James, if you're in the chat, could you please link all of what he just said?
Yeah.
Please.
Thank you for having
Um,
me as a guest, guys. This was a lot of fun. I want to see that sexy cover that makes Tyler sweat. And then
What is it?
Just Marlowe by Dale Keown. You type in like panel or something. It's not really a cover as much as it's panel.
Even that last name sounds sexy, Keown.
Well, that's the artist, but there you go, James. Thank
Thanks,
you.
James.
I am excited for the Omnibros show tonight. I will be watching that.
He was like, "Hey, Jake, will you be a guest tonight?" And I go, "Sure." And I'm like, "What's the topic?" He goes, "I don't know. Pick one." And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Is this
Telling you.
is this what you were talking about?
It's like
Yeah.
Mary Jane went through puberty. And why is she kissing a baby in that panel?
No, that's her girlfriend.
She's clearly. Oh, you know what? I don't know. After seeing Deadpool versus Wolverine, I have a new attraction to bald women. But
Okay.
See, right there to the right, Labruski, next to the Wedding Hulk cover. That's
Right here?
that's one of the iconic panels right there.
what's the largest format I can buy this book in? That's
Omnibus.
still in print. There's an omnibus. There's a whole omnibus of her.
I mean, she's a prominent character, yeah.
Oh, there's other characters though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
She's in the Peter David Hulk run. She gets introduced during the Joe Fixit era in Vegas, and then she becomes a reoccurring character because she marries Rick Jones.
Rick Jones is a Marvel
Interesting.
character. That sounds like. Oh wait, what's that? What's that one that they're all in the shower? Go back to that one. They
Where?
were in like a Greco-Roman bath.
Boy.
Scroll down a little bit further. Keep going until you see a bunch of women in the shower. Was that? There we go. That one. What's that
Right
one?
here?
Yeah. Are they in like a Greco-Roman
It's-
bath?
No, that's
Wedding
Oh,
during
the
her
wedding
wedding.
day. Oh, she marries Rick Jones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which Rick Jones is the sidekick to all Marvel characters.
one of the
Interesting.
books my wife got mad that I bought. If you want to search it before I go, search Absolute Danger Girl. That's one of the cuties in my collection.
Oh hell yeah!
I
was-
thought about picking that as one of my there we go.
Why is it so small? There's a oh my gosh, what is it? Bomb girl or something?
Bombshells.
you-
DC
I know-
Bombshells.
No, it's different. It's about like
Oh.
a super villain. I know you owned it
Bomb
at one
Queen?
point. Bomb
Me
Queen,
with
yeah.
me with the dirty Bomb Queen books. Dude, I can't believe I sold a lot of books called The
Oh,
Horny Lot, and I got a message from someone going, "Hey, is The Horny Lot still available? I'll buy it." And
Is
the
it? or-
picture, his profile picture was his wedding photo.
I thought you were gonna say his profile picture was Labruski.
No, Labruski doesn't buy comics. Labruski just reads them digitally.
I can't.
No,
I can't.
no evidence that way.
Let's see.
Well,
All right,
thanks for
Jake,
having
are
me
you
as
outta
a
here?
guest, guys. This was a genuine treat. I don't think I've ever left a show more aroused. I wish my wife was home, but she's not. So now I just get to sit
God.
with an
All
Omni
right.
Dog on stream. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you, Jake. I
Oh,
will.
thanks for
I'm
coming
excited to watch the show tonight. I will be sure to tune in.
Heck yeah, we'll put on a good show. I mean, it won't be as good as this one, obviously. There'll be less
Right.
sexy women, but
Well, that's no
okay.
good.
Bye, guys.
You
Happy
change that.
Thanksgiving.
You gotta change. All right, see you, Jake.
Yeah, Jake.
All right. Do you want to look at some more deals?
Yeah, I think TKO would be a cool one to bring up
I
there.
was thinking. I was looking at this earlier, and a lot of these I haven't even heard of, but they just based off their cover kind of look cool. I was thinking too, maybe we could take a look at Fantagraphics.
Yeah, and Magnetic Press is another one. Omnibuddy, Mitch runs their stuff over there. So
Oh, cool. Have you read any of these? I feel like these are kind of the two biggest.
I've read Sentient, Sarah. I've read a little bit of Scales and Scoundrels. Is that what it's called? I think it is. Right there.
Right here. Yep. Scales and Scoundrels. This seems
And then
cool.
what's the werewolf one? I forget what the werewolf
Is there a
one
hardcover?
No, these are like digest size, so they're smaller trade paperbacks and they're for young adults, so they're really, really easily like read. You can just sit down and blaze through them, but it's a lot of fun. It's high
Oh,
fantasy,
awesome.
dragons, knights, all that jazz.
Um, Alex asks, did we pick up anything for Black Friday? I did not. I have to be very conservative with my money, unfortunately. What about you, Tyler? Pick anything up?
I did. I went out with my wife and one of her friends, and we hit a outlet mall and picked up, shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
No comics?
No comics yet, but I'm
Yeah.
sure I will be changing that here shortly.
Nice. Yeah, I may make a list and I don't know, send it to my mom, see if I can get anything for Christmas. So it looks like the only hardcovers they have are these 4.
Yeah,
'Cause I
but
think
one thing
even
I
you-
will say, when they're with their trade paperbacks, they are oversized trade paperbacks. Like they're the size of a deluxe edition. So even though
Oh,
they're
cool.
trades, they're beautiful editions. Definitely worth picking up.
The paperbacks are.
Yeah. And the hardcovers are incredible too. Especially Sentient has like a French flap on the back, which is really unique. And Sarah has a die cut cover where the front, that star is actually cut out in the cover, and you get to see the inner image.
Dang. This looks super sick. It's by
Yeah,
Jeff
Sentient
Lemire.
is the standout for sure.
Artwork. Sarah, I feel like I've heard good things about Sarah too. Garth Ennis. I like Garth Ennis. My dad is my dad. What about a recommendation for a guy who doesn't read many comics? I've tried to get my dad into comics a few times, and he just doesn't like them. But I guess he wants some recommendations. What would you say, Tyler?
Well, what does he like in life? What type of movies, or that would be the first question.
Yeah. That's. I used to work in a comic shop, and that was always kind of my go-to question. If someone like asks for a recommendation, I would say, "What movies do you like?" He likes Superman. I know that, and I tried to. I feel like I bought him Superman Red Son, and he wasn't a fan of it. He reads a lot of novels, prose books, so it's just a big switch for him, I think.
What type of
I'm
novels does he typically like?
I don't know. It's a good question. I know he's read some James Patterson. He likes James Patterson a lot. Who I think James Patterson mostly writes like political thrillers. I want to say. I could be completely wrong with that, but what type of stories do you like? Yeah, what type of stories do you like, Dad?
So he wrote Cross.
Yep. I think he wrote Jack Reacher too. I could be wrong on that. But I feel like he did. What's this book? Dad, I'll try to get a. I think my dad. I think that my dad would like Criminal. Honestly, I was thinking that too.
Kill or Be Killed. That would be a good one for him.
Do you own the hardcover for that?
I don't, but that's the one I really, really want.
I really want. That's like my biggest whale. I really want that. Okay, my dad says thrillers, outdoor hiking stories. You know, have any comics that have outdoor hiking stories? I can't think of any.
I mean, there's a title coming out called The Woods by James Tinian. Has to do with them surviving in the woods.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more of a. That's because I have read that. What's that?
It's kind of a thriller too. So if he likes that type of stuff.
The Woods. A little bit. I don't know if he'd like that. Maybe though, because my dad's in education and it does follow a group of high schoolers, the school gets transported to an alien world. I really want that big oversized hardcover of The Woods.
Yeah.
But that's another one where I can't commit to it. There's a great manga called The Climber. Have you heard of that? I have not.
No, but I've heard of Peak of the Gods, which is I think it's called Peak of the Gods, where it's also a climbing manga.
Oh, interesting. All right, so The Climber is about rock climbing and hiking. Dad, maybe you'll like that. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, all these books seem like books I would really like.
They are very, very cinematic when it comes to like
that's
their storytelling. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna have to check these out. Have you ever read I can't remember the name of it now. Oh my gosh. It's about kids robbing a bank. It's a comic.
Four kids walk into a bank.
Yes. Have you read that?
No,
Oh,
no, not
so
yet.
good. That's such a good book. I wish there was like an oversized hardcover of that. I don't think there is though.
Yeah, I
This
think
one
there's
seems kind
only
of cool.
a trade, and I think that's actually out of print.
The trade.
Yeah,
Let me see. I bought the trade last year, so if it is, it's recently out of print. And I think there is a hardcover that maybe that's out of print because I feel like I tried to find that. Okay, so the trade is still in print. Let me get this up here. Yeah. So the trade's still in print. Huh. Interesting. All right, let's see. You want to look at Fantagraphics now?
yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, I was just listing off books that maybe your dad would like.
Ooh, okay. Those are all books I have not read either, so I may have to. I want to read Bitterroot for sure because that's the same guy that did On the Stump.
Yes.
What's his name? I can't remember his name now.
Yeah, Bitterroot,
Oh.
historical fiction during the Harlem Renaissance, pulp, historical fiction. It's a
Yeah.
more modernized Western. Atomica God is Red, historical fiction during the Cold War. And then Moonshine is during the Prohibition era. That is also historical fiction, has to do more with like werewolves and stuff like that.
I bet my dad would like On the Stump too, actually, because he likes American history, and that I mean it's alternative American history and a little more fun, but still I think it'd be cool. Let's see, is there a Black Friday deal? I guess not.
Fantagraphics and maybe
Or
another
does,
book that your dad may like, Monsters by Barry Windsor Smith. I just did a review on this. Masterpiece book, absolutely incredible book. I think everyone should read it before they die. It's that great.
That is one that I do want to buy, so it's not on sale though. It looks like Fantagraphics maybe isn't doing a Black Friday deal or anything. I am definitely buying this hardcover though. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was watching a Taylor Talks Comics video, and he talked about it first, and then you came out with a big overview and whatnot. That was great. And so this is one that is I'm definitely going to pull the trigger on soon.
The book next to it too.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
My favorite thing is Monster. So this actually one of my subscribers put me onto. I haven't picked it up yet, but it's a journal entry following, like, I guess, a little girl that feels like kind of, I don't know, out of place in society. And
Yeah.
but the entire book is written as if it's a journal and with a ballpoint pen, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one that I think Tyler Talks Comics mentioned in the same video I was watching. And it seems like something I like. Yeah, I think it's just about a girl 10-year-old who I think she's a bit of an outcast and likes the old Universal monster movies, and that's something that's I think I would really enjoy.
Another good one is We Stand on Guard by Brian K. Vaughan. It's also political thriller and historical fiction, kind of. I mean, what if
Sure.
historical fiction, but US pretty much goes full like dictatorship and tries to take over Canada, and it follows the war between Canada and the United States, which is really, really fun.
And is that you said Brian Michael Bendis wrote that?
Brian K. Vaughan, same writer of Saga.
Oh my gosh. I'm absolutely gonna have to order that.
I think the hardcover's out of print, but the trade paperback, I think you can still get your hands on.
That's awesome. That seems like something I really enjoy. No, hardcover's still in print on Amazon.
Yeah, good edition.
Awesome. I'm going to add that to my list and definitely buy that soon. And let's see, here we are. Is this it for the bestsellers? I don't know. Any of these kind of speak to you besides this one? Here's a Werewolf Jones. Was that were you talking about a werewolf book?
Yeah, Moonshine.
Okay, yeah. Different though, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of graphics reader, honestly. Monsters, and we called them monsters, is only honestly the only two that I would probably pick up.
I haven't ordered like anything off Fantagraphics, and I don't know if I've read anything that they've published, but I think there's a lot of stuff that I would really dig. And I just haven't gone down the rabbit hole of that yet.
Yeah.
Eventually, maybe. Like all these seem interesting to me just based off the covers. Yeah.
They have well put together books. I mean, my Monsters hardcover has went through like so much. I mean, it's just destroyed, but it's holding together. Red Room is Ed Pisker's last work before he passed away too.
That's right. Yeah. Did you ever read this or no?
No, I'm not really into, like blood and gore just for the sense of blood and gore,
Yeah.
but this is for like Saw lovers, people that like the Saw movies.
Yeah, I don't think I would like this one at all, honestly. From the premise, it just seems kind of like what you just said, like just blood and gore for the sake of blood and gore. And I think I would hate it. I don't think I'd like it
if you
at
are an
all.
art fan though, Ed Pisker's art is incredible.
He's good.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, what he's done X-Men Grand Design, right? And then he's done the Hip Hop Family Tree. I haven't read either, so I can't speak to them, but yeah, I
I
mean,
think he did Fantastic Four Grand Design. I'm not 100% sure. He may have just done art on that.
let me look it up.
And then I know there's a Hulk Grand Design, but I don't know if he's on that.
I don't think he is. That's by his partner in crime,
Like Jim Rugg or
Jim Rugg. Yep.
Yep.
So it doesn't look like he. Let's see. I'm not seeing.
A sidebar, isn't it so great to live stream when your brain actually works? Like when we're talking about this and I can think of names and titles.
Yeah, I know. It does look like he did the art in it, actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see. What else do we have here? More Red Room, Tenacious D. Yeah, a lot. These are kind of pricey too, honestly. Some of these, but if you're into these kind of books, I mean, it's worth it for sure. But
Yeah,
I wonder if they'll
very
do like a
artsy
holiday
fartsy.
sale. What's that?
Just very artsy fartsy books. Like if you're,
Yeah.
what's the A24 films? This is the comic book version here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that holds true for sure. And honestly, sometimes like the artsy fartsy stuff can kind of, at least for me, come off kind of pretentious, and it just is not my sort of thing. It's a fine line for myself when it comes to these types of books that are artsy fartsy, as you said. But I feel like with movies, I have a lesser tolerance for like pretentious stuff
Yeah.
than I do with
Yeah.
comics. If that makes sense, I don't know.
No, it does. Yeah. I think I'm the opposite. Like, I feel like if a comic comes across, well, maybe it's the same thing, but if a comic comes across pretentious, I don't like it. But if a movie does, I tend to not mind it as much.
Yeah, I wonder because I went to school for film. I had my bachelor's in cinema, and so a lot of the classes and a lot of the projects, a lot of it came off to me at least as pretentious, and I just couldn't stand it. So I
Yeah,
think maybe I'm a little biased there for sure.
like Eraserhead and stuff like that.
Well, kinda, yeah. I've never seen Eraserhead actually, but similar feel. You know, I know of Eraserhead and whatnot, but let's see. Also, too, I did want to kind of shout this out. Let's see what happened. Share screen. For all the digital readers, Marvel Unlimited is $45 for the entire year. So I think that's insane. I don't think I'm going to do it just because I just don't read enough Marvel comics, I guess, on a regular basis. But do you read digitally at all, Tyler, or no?
I used to,
Yeah.
almost like that was the only way, but I've been wanting to, instead of going to a comic book shop and picking up singles, at least have something. But
Mhm.
I think my extent's probably gonna be Hoopla.
I've not tried out Hoopla. I use one that's similar called Libby. Pretty same exact premise. You just use your digital library card or whatnot. Which I like. I have Comixology, which I'll use for reading digitally, and then that's really it. But I do like to read some books digitally if I know like I think I will enjoy it, but I don't want to commit to buying it physically. It just is the most cost efficient way for sure sometimes.
Yeah.
I would do it if I understood how the royalties were distributed. I'm not too sure how that works.
I'm not either.
Yeah, I prefer to support creators as much as I can. That's fair. I get that. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's different with digitally. I imagine it somewhat is at least. But with the new releases, that's like with Saga, I don't really have an LCS near me. So I'm just gonna you can subscribe on Amazon to like a series and pre-order it, essentially. So each month it will just automatically be in your reading once it's out.
Very cool.
So I'm doing that with Saga. It's the only one right now. I might do that with some other books, but we'll see. So yeah, I mean, do you want to look at any other sites?
That's all I got
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the ones we hit were the major ones I wanted to, I guess, look at and whatnot. And yeah, so I guess we can kind of wrap things up. I don't have anything else to say really. I wish I was buying more comics on Black Friday, but just not in the cards this year, which is fine. Probably for the best.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll be eager to see what or hear what you buy next week. If you do end up buying any comics, that'd be cool.
Well, I am gonna have I have two overviews planned and
Oh, nice.
two reviews planned. So you guys will see, I guess, what I'm reading, and it's just recent stuff. It's not anything like artsy fartsy or that really knocked my socks off. But
Yeah. What have you been reading? I feel like we try to touch on that every show at the beginning, but I feel like this time we got sidetracked.
so I officially finished finally because I got interrupted by hurricanes. But Peter
Yeah.
David Hulk Volume 2.
Nice.
I didn't have to fully read this. I just had to read some of the stories I haven't read already, which is DC versus Marvel. I'm going to do an in-depth review on this, breaking down each one of the crossovers and what I think's good and what I think's not good.
Cool.
And then I'm doing an overview on Green Lantern Corps Volume 2, which will be a lot of fun because I think that's such a slept on title.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely overshadowed by Jeff Johns' run. You know,
Yeah, and I mean Jeff Johns' run is, I mean, 10 out of 10. It's my favorite
yeah,
comic book run ever. But Green Lantern Corps, I mean, there's some issues in there that are, I mean, they can be better than Jeff Johns.
really,
Yeah, they're
wow,
especially the first volume, more specifically, like the focusing on Saddam Yacht and diving into him being a Daxamite, him becoming Ion, him playing a much bigger role as we progress. Yeah, just really, really good stuff. So awesome.
that's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to your overview, and that's coming out this week.
Yeah, I want to get back onto the train of putting out more regular content because
Nice.
I think during the move I got, which I mean I still am. I'm just swamped. It's
Yeah.
like the only time I can film is one of the days during the weekend, and I just film it all out. And yeah, it's going to come out this week, hopefully.
Nice.
We'll see.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that. What are you reading? Anything else or no?
I think so. A behind the scenes, which is interesting. How I actually choose what I'm going to read next is my wife chooses, and she knows absolutely nothing about comics. So she just picks something, and that's what I read. So I
Interesting.
think she chose actually Birthright, which we were talking about
Oh.
earlier into the stream. So I think I'm going to be reading that next.
Do you have the deluxe? Did you buy that?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's one I think I'm definitely going to ask for Christmas. I think is that Birthright Deluxe because I'm excited to read that. That seems awesome.
Yeah,
So,
Joshua Williamson. I mean, he's on top of his game right now, and I think that was like one of the first titles I remember hearing his name. I wasn't reading it at the time, so this will be my
Mhm.
first read. But I feel like it has a lot of Joe the Barbarian elements, or Telos Chronicles by of course I can't remember his name now. Todd DeZago, that's his name.
okay.
Which is like a small, young, youthful kid put into a precarious situation, and I think Birthright's kind of like that. Obviously, it changes things a little bit to keep
Yeah.
it interesting, but very similar.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be eager to hear your thoughts on that. I'm sure you'll read it before I do. So yeah, that will be exciting.
Yeah. Or what are you reading? Where are you planning on reading?
So I'm finishing up Superior Spider-Man. I'm almost done with that. So hopefully I can finish that by the end of this weekend. I'm hoping. And then I am also reading a prose novel, The Devil in the White City. Have you heard of that?
No. I'm
It's by
really out of the loop as far as novels go.
it's by Eric Larson, not the comics Eric Larson, different writer. And it follows the architect of the Chicago's World Fair in the late 1800s, and then also during that time there was a serial killer, H.H. Holmes. He's like a pretty notorious serial killer. I think he had this hotel that suspected that he murdered a bunch of people in, and there's a lot of like folklore around him that isn't 100% true, but it follows him as well around that same time in the late 1800s. And it's super good. I'm a big history guy, so it's right up my alley. So I'm really enjoying that, and that's it. I did read Suicide Risk by, oh gosh, I gotta look it up now. I can't remember his name.
I just came up with another
Mike
title
Carey.
that I think your dad would like.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What is it?
From Hell by Alan Moore. It actually has a film adaptation, but it follows like firsthand accounts of Jack the Ripper,
Oh.
and in like great detail, like really, really bloody and gratuitous, but it's really interesting. And it's ran by Alan Moore, which obviously makes it 10 times better.
I think I would love that actually. I
I
don't
do.
know, my dad, he might not. I don't know if he's into like true crime, the serial killer stuff. I think I don't know if that's his forte, but maybe. Maybe. That's something I definitely should check out. I don't know why I've not heard of that. That I just read did you hear what Ed Gein done? Have you read that?
No, but I want to. That's not a hardcover though, right?
What's that?
That's not a hardcover, right?
The one I have is a hardcover, yeah. Yep.
Hmm. Maybe I need to pick it up.
Yeah, for sure. It's disturbing as hell, but it's super interesting. I read that right before Halloween, and that was a good Halloween read for sure. Um, Alex needs to pick up Promethea. I have not read Promethea. Yeah, I don't know. Have you?
I've read like 2 issues when I was younger, but that's one of those stories where like not for young viewers. It's very I think it's a little out there, I think. So,
Got it. That's by Alan Moore too, right? Or is that
yeah, Alan Moore and J.H. Williams, I think, is the artist on it.
okay? Interesting.
Which
That's one maybe.
he's the artist of Sandman, Overture, Batwoman during the New 52 era.
Okay,
So very experimental and in your face art wise.
got it. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to try to check that out. I think there's absolutes that
Yes.
I don't think they're in print. I would be surprised if they are, but
I don't
I'm sure
think
there's
they are. I do know there's deluxe editions floating around. I don't know print wise what those are in, but I think that's the only editions, I think. So
got it. Okay. Yeah, that's a series maybe I'll just check out digitally and read that. But yeah, so I'm just reading The Devil in the White City and then Superior Spider-Man, and then also I finished the first trade of Suicide Risk by Mike Carey, which that is. Have you heard of that at all?
no.
It's like an indie superhero book, um, but it's like not marketed as one. Like from the covers and stuff, I wouldn't think it was a superhero book at all.
Hmm.
I would say it's almost more in line with like The Boys, but I would say maybe more like the show than the comic, if that makes it like it's a realistic look into superheroes and like what that would might do to society and what that might mean. But it's not as like the comic of The Boys is very kind of out there, I feel like, and very grotesque and in your face, where this is not like that.
Yeah.
And it's super good. It's super interesting. So,
And who'd you say wrote that?
Mike Carey,
Mike Carey. And that's a
who
comic or a novel?
comic, yep.
Hmm.
But it's only collected in I think like 5 or 6 trades. There's no hardcover or anything, which I wish there was. And I'm reading it digitally, but if there was a hardcover, I would definitely buy it.
Googling that doesn't give me the most help as you would expect.
Yeah. Google Suicide Risk comic or Suicide Risk Mike Carey.
There you go, I got it.
And looks like he's written for Marvel and DC a little bit. I feel like there was another one.
Lena Casagrande on art. That sounds familiar.
And the artwork's pretty good too. I really enjoy the book. It's a quick read, not super dense or anything, and it's fun. I enjoyed it, so I'd recommend it. And if you have Comixology, I think the entire series is on there for free. So that's where I've been reading it and
I have to
enjoyed
check
it.
that out. Yeah, it has the first volume on Amazon for $9.99.
There you go. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's gonna do it for the show, unless you have anything else you want to touch on.
Nope. Other than take advantage of Black Friday, take advantage of deals, everybody. Collecting and reading is expensive and money doesn't grow on trees. So make sure take advantage.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. folks, let me get your YouTube channel up as well, so we can link that in the chat. Check out Illuminati's YouTube channel, and we will be live again next Saturday at 6 p.m. most likely. We will have to talk more about the details and make sure that time works for both of us, but as of right now, that works for me. And yeah, I think that's going to do it. So thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good night.